So the spoon to be my spoon, 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 spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to the spoon, you to spoon, you ain't know. The children crying for starvation, just to the spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to the spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to the spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to the spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to the spoon. Yeah, to the spoon. Yeah, to the spoon. You from Fonjema, to the spoon. Yeah, to the spoon. Every kept on president, my brother, to the spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to the spoon. Yeah, to the spoon. You want to get a news update, to the spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, but you got it. Yes, but you got it. Spoon entertainment. Go to there. Go to there. To the spoon. Yes, sir. To the spoon. Yes, sir. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to the spoon, you to the spoon, you ain't know. The children crying for starvation, just to the spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to the spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to the spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to the spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to the spoon. Yeah, to the spoon. Yeah, to the spoon. You from Fonjema, to the spoon. Yeah, to the spoon. Every kept on president, my brother, to the spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to the spoon. Yeah, to the spoon. You want to get a news update, to the spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. Right in the South, man. on the beach. To get your information. To be
Well, many thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. We're live on Spoon 107.5 FM. And this is the program Spoon Talk. This is where you get the news, the views of Liberians. This is where you get authentic information about the happenings across Liberia and Liberians across the world, irrespective of where they are. Tune in every single day at about this time to get the news, to know what's happening in the country. So welcome tonight. We're live on Spoon 107.5 FM. Spoon Talk is live on Voice of Liberia 104.1. Thanks to our partner radio stations across the country relaying the show. Thanks to all of the stations across Nimba, Bong, the southeastern region of Liberia, western Liberia, across the country, making sure that Liberians are getting us live tonight. And we also want to say thanks to everyone across the country listening to Spoon Talk tonight. If you're online, you can find us on Spoon TV on Facebook, Fabric TV on Facebook, and Super TV on Facebook. You can also find us on Spoon Talk Live. That's our YouTube handle. That's for those of you on YouTube wanting to watch the show. Maybe not on your phone, but on the regular B stream on your TV. You can find us on YouTube as well and make the most of everything that's in store here for you tonight on Spoon Talk. So welcome. My name is Nelson Collet, and let me just go ahead and recognize a few of you joining us tonight. I see Misha Zin is here. Thank you for joining us. Catherine Fami is joining us from Buraville. Abraham Amara Dunor is here tonight. Thank you for joining us. I see Masa Ricks is here tonight. Thanks for coming on. I see so many of you joining us tonight. Kindly share the show as you come on. It doesn't matter where you're joining us from. We encourage you to always share the program as you come on. Ross Draper TK, that's T7K. Thank you for joining us tonight. Bresco Sankor, thanks for coming on tonight. I see Isaac Diteralme, thank you for joining us tonight. Philip, that's Philip. I see Jerry Gitawe, Francis Boyi. Thank you for coming on tonight. Just keep sharing the show as you join us, folks. Spoon Talk is loaded. There's a lot coming your way tonight. Let me say, Melvin Kia, Amadou Morris Pusa, joining us from Kigali. I see Amos Topakwe. Joseph Dolo Nya is joining us from Sekli Nimba County. Benjamin Kamagbo is here tonight from Sierra Leone. Thank you for joining us. Just keep sharing the show as you come on tonight. Jeremy, that's Jamel Francis, is joining us. Lincoln Dalie is coming on tonight from Buraville. That's Bartonsville as well. Sam Massaquet is joining us tonight. Martha Yakon, Benjamin Mongai. That's, yeah. All of you coming on, thanks for joining us tonight. Just keep sharing the program. Let's have a great show tonight. As we always do, the first segment of Spoon Talk is dedicated to you, our viewers, our listeners across the world, to call in and say what's on your mind. What exactly is that issue that is of concern to you? What is it you want to talk about today? Is it about health? Is it about education? Is it about politics? Is it about the sanitation situation in your environment? Just anything that's of concern that you want to bring to the attention of the policymakers, you can do that. That's exactly why we dedicate the first segment, the very first segment of Spoon Talk every single day to you, so that you people can call in and say exactly what's on your mind. So thank you for coming on tonight. We're going to go to the phone lines and take your calls. here tonight on this edition of the program. We're gonna go ahead and take your calls tonight on Spoon Talk. So the number to call 0555 0555 is the number to call tonight, and you'll be live on Spoon Talk. And you can also call us on WhatsApp, and you'll be live on the show as well. So let me go ahead now and start to take your calls 0555 and you'll be live on the show. Let's take our first caller here. Hello, your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, sir. My name is Jalad Akbar and I call from Pinsville.
It's good to have you on, sir. What's on your mind?
The thing that is on my mind has to do with partners on the Spoon Talk.
The what?
Mr. Central Watterson. Because sometimes the discussion can confuse me. Did I hear you say last night that the finance minister at Gosinpe Gafwan is a rogue, he's a liar, he's a criminal? They are also hearing you say sometime ago that Mr. Mola Molu, the government did the same thing, so he doesn't have the moral to talk about demonstration. Is Mr. Stanton Watterson really serious? Does he have the moral to call somebody corrupt? To say somebody is a liar or somebody is a thief? I think you need to look, you need to look in the mirror before himself.
Thank you.
Because when he's beginning to see yourself in the mirror, you will not say that kind of thing.
Thank you for your input tonight. We appreciate you. 0555 Hello, your name and where you call from? Let's hear you.
Thank you. I'm Yabiwuru, the official spokesperson for the Liberian Civil Rights Movement.
You said what's your name? Well, what did you say is your name again, sir?
William Yabiwuru.
Okay, William Wulu. Go ahead. Yeah. Let's hear you.
Thank you ever so much. What I want to say to my people is that our lawmaker wanted to look in the agreement, the ArcelorMittal agreement, because when we're looking at it, there is nothing in it good for Liberian people. You can't tell that I give you a room to rent in my house, and you tell me, say, you will use my back door, you get control over it, and this is not good for us. Because the railroad must be there for everybody. I got multiple news. But when you tell them, say, only you must use it and you must get people to the road, we all I want to use them and pass through them, there is nothing good for, because this land is for all. And when you come to our land, I got to man or to do anything, I will give you part of the people, but then the privilege is going to be for us. And when you say you want to take it and give up 500,000 annually, there is no benefit there, because all the iron ore you are carrying tomorrow will only be left with I got river. So then the love is going to look at that so that it can be in the interest of Liberian people. Thank you so much, my brother.
All right, thank you very much for your input tonight. 0555 let's go back to the phone lines. Take your calls. What's on your mind? What is it you want to talk about? Hello, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. This is Lynshak, the prepared leader earlier. I'm trying to from Most Black Community Social Clinic.
It's good to have you, sir. What's on your mind?
Thank you. What is on my mind has to do with our Liberian African culture.
Okay.
Our Liberian African culture, our culture is dying gradually. The Liberian culture is dying gradually, and if there's no action taken, our culture will be wiped away. I'm quoting from the Minister of Education, since the curriculum is under review, that in the curriculum that it be enshrined in the curriculum, the teaching of our Liberian African culture in all schools across the country.
Okay.
When our culture is taught in school, a lot of hate messages that all around the country will reduce, because our culture is deep to the extent that our culture is against hate messages. Our culture is against disinformation. Our culture is not about only speaking native language. So our culture is deep. So I'm calling on the government to see reason to ensure the teaching of our Liberian African culture.
Thank you, sir.
So the
Thank
teaching
you.
can be from primary school upward. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your input tonight. 0555 Hello, your name and where you joining us from?
Good evening. This is Francis. I call you from my residence in Monrovia.
What's on your mind?
What's on my mind this evening is the way the road is getting spoiled from beginning, going towards Sanosa. As I speak to you now, you found places where after the Central Junction going towards Nima Junction, entire place you can get through because you have cars. I never to sleep there. I even try sending the photos and some videos to the network, but no way, I don't know how to get contact so you people can see it. So I ask the government to please take heed and please look at what's going on at the road because for now it's raining on that side. So I just want to say thank you, and I want to say thank you to you and the management and the CEO and the rest of the team.
All right.
Station and group. Good night.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your input tonight. Okay. Let's see if you guys join us. See you.
Nelson Collette.
Yes,
The
sir.
graduation begin. The beginning I'll be graduating. I got a message. I got a message, Nelson. I got a message. Is everything super? But you know home again. So we'll do necessary deduction.
Oh,
You know, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
the message is you get.
We'll do maximum deduction. Maximum deduction. No
No,
mercy. No.
but see you nothing. I mean, what kind of message?
I just heard it. I just heard it. Maximum deduction gotta apply according to the law. Maximum deduction.
No,
Yeah.
see you at this time of the year is not time for deduction. Yeah.
You know already. You know
The addition time of the year. You know, you can't
No.
deduct
That's
this
the
time.
best time. People that get credit, that's the best time to go collect your money for them. That's the best time. Listen, you got to wait for Christmas Day to collect your money that people that get credit. You ain't a hope again.
No, but Christmas still fire. Christmas still fire.
No, the one at the graduation with Jeremy Piggy. In the hole. You in the hole, Piggy. You can make it. Stop making up. You gotta call for help, bro. You gotta call for rescue. The rescue people you gotta call for rescue. Why would they say that? Look at the other person say the radio off. Why would they radio be off again?
Radio is not off for we on.
They made Emmanuel Shaw guy she got problem. But maximum deduction. I don't care who will pay for you today. Maximum deduction.
My MTT already started calling me. I think that the intervention she want to make.
No intervention. I know what she calling me for. I just got off the phone with her. No intervention. Maximum. I said maximum deduction. I'm breaking ya. You think I'm breaking ya? Yo, pay for Nelson, you get tired. Peter Toba. Yo, pay for the beginning, you get tired.
Yes, see, I know. You know, I know you are a very good man. You at this time of the year. You can't deduct at this time of the year. You know.
No, we have to set principle. We gotta set this thing up. We gotta do maximum deduction. No mercy. Maximum deduction for it. We can't. There will be no way. Right now, you're preparing for graduation. You want the tie. You want your suit. You want to be looking sharp. So now you got it back.
No, that kind of deduction you mean serious crying.
Man, that's it, man. But you're gonna be having a great time. We ready, we're so happy for you. And by the way, I heard that Madam Titi is graduating too.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yeah.
You guys gonna go live? You're coming live?
Yeah, I told Madam Titi we want to carry the graduation live. She said, "Yeah, don't give me hard time, but we'll get there before she know we're already there with live." So
she graduated for real?
Yeah.
So what? Send me something about her. Let me share it to the people. What you got? What you got? Any of a document you want to share with me?
Oh, see you. I ain't Liberia, you in America. I can't tell you.
Yeah, I didn't know you were scared of it. You know what, for real? I didn't know you were scared. I mean, what you think? But the people want to see. I mean, she graduated. They want to see something. I'm trying to find something here. I will show something. Should I show the? She graduated tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Nancy, thank you for sending me this thing, though.
Oh no.
That's it, stop, man. But I don't do the thing, man. That's it. Thank you. So yeah.
Let me say a quick disclaimer.
That's it. Don't want disclaimer again here, but thank you for sending me the information that you just sent me. Thank you very, very much. Let me put it up real quick. The people waiting for it. I think this is why you call it clearance, right, Nancy?
I'm not seeing it yet, though.
You sent me the thing. You say you're saying it again, Nancy. How you can handle that?
Well,
You sent it to me, and you say you're seeing it yet. So let's see what we got here. So Nelson will be graduating to on Friday. We are grateful to God that he will be out on Friday. But yes, indeed, he will go again and again and again. Want to say to all of you, welcome to Spoon Talk. And this one is Madam Titi. This is it, Nelson. Madam Titi. Hey, Nelson, thank you for saying me this. So. But that's it. I can't understand this, right? I am not seeing her name on it though.
This is the invitation that maybe if you want to carry a few persons, maybe like 2 persons.
That's it. This don't look correct. That's it. Madam said she graduated. She sent me somebody else's document.
No, CEO, is the general invitation for the ceremony itself, for the graduation ceremony, because a lot of people will be going. So each graduate, most times they'll give you 2 invitations, that official invitations. So anybody going without this will maybe remain outside, while those carrying this will have access to the actual ceremony.
So
Yeah.
so what you sent me here, that what I need to look at, right?
CEO, I don't know which one I sent.
No, you sent it to again, man. You sent me the thing, you scared again.
Yeah. So this one is the official invitation.
So it means that she graduated, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we sent a shout out to Madam Titi. She, ladies and gentlemen, listen though. She's the CEO of the Spoon Network. She's the CEO. This woman worked magic, and she decided to go back to school. Want to say congratulations to Madam Titi Kane. Seriously, we're so happy that I'm looking for all the gray sheet. Yo, hold on 1 minute. If I get some more of the gray sheet said, that would be nice. I'm looking for all the gray sheet. Just hold on 1 minute, please. I know what Nelson talking about. I'm looking for all the gray sheet. Nelson, you want to send me the other gray sheet you sent me, but I can't see it again. Can you send me that, Nelson?
I will send it at the end of the show.
Nelson, don't be a friend, man. Because I'll do the deduction if you do this to me. The person I'm gonna forget what the deduction.
Philip, a rescue for me. No, Philip, I said I should call him for rescue, so he's coming with rescue already.
Imagine I'm calling for your own contribution, Nelson. I'm going to invite Philip to the church.
Oh, okay.
Philip, my man, yeah. So Nelson, let me see if I'll put this one out quick. We got a few more minutes to get into the show. I don't know who the other person. The person said they wants to talk to me. You want to talk to me? You text him, just talk to me now. What do you mean you want to talk to me? All right. So I don't know. The person said they won't talk to me. What you want to talk to me for? All right. So there you go. That's Madam Titi, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's Madam Titi. Yes. Congratulations on Madam Titi Kane. If you know her, she will be graduating also tomorrow. We will be live at the Foreign Ministry, right? Is that the Foreign Ministry? No.
The
complex.
Yeah.
Right, the Ministerial Complex. She will be graduating live. We want to say you got to go and appreciate her, a very hardworking woman. This is an invitation. You got to print this out and get yourself a copy to go there. Just print it out and cut it. If you want to attend, it's an open invitation. Just print it out. Is it open invitation? Yeah. So I want to say congratulations to Madam Titi Kane. The woman is in Zico right now. She not bought all her shopping stuff. She ready to rock and roll. But there's some people asking though, but what actually is she going to do with the other graduation people now? Is she going back? So is she going to leave Spoon to start working in the foreign service? You know, I mean, what's going on, Nelson? What's the plan here? Going back to school?
No, Madam Titi, the last time we spoke, she said she went back to have more knowledge about Liberia.
Look at that. Look at that.
It's foreign service.
Look at that. That more knowledge with E. More knowledge about Liberia foreign service. Madam Titi she just decided to go back to school. But I want to say congratulations to Madam Titi Kane. Again, we're so happy that she went back to school. I want to say we'll be having a great show today, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself ready. Again, the budget. Everybody getting crazy. Everybody in Zigo. The budget. What's happening with this budget? This Gafwan collected the budget again in the middle of the night. He took it home. He changed something on it because he never had asset recovery, war crime code, and other yama. He never had it, so he changed the budget again. And when he brought it back, they put him, man, you got a problem though. You got a problem. You go change the budget again, then you bring the budget back, and the thing just waste wasa. I mean, this is it's very, you know, people that cutting thing, putting it in what's on Facebook, they're not sincere that the budget is bad. They're trying hard to fix it, but they can't. But we're going to discuss it tonight, right? We're going to discuss it tonight. We're going to discuss other issues. Samuel Toy case again is postponed. The postponed Samuel Toy case, they say, my man, the other justice is sick. The other justice lost her mother. So we got to postpone your case again. I mean, we got this story. Justice Johnson, okay? She lost her mother. You know, then you get Justice Kane. You know, he just from sick leave. So they say, Samuel Toy, go sit down. We're going to talk about your case right now. Therefore, the government said $364 million the government of Liberia gave him. But something interesting from Roland Gaines today, right? Roland Gaines talked to Tim Jalate. And he said he doesn't know about the $10 million project. But yet, first of all, he said, yeah, I had an idea, but it's a security issue. I can't talk about it. Mr. Public Works Minister, you got to come to your senses. All they're in the lying game. And today, the people of Liberia, most of them went in front of the Finance Ministry today to announce that they were singing Gafwana roll, Gafwana roll, Gafwana liar, because Gafwana messing everything up. And then it took us back to what, you know, our friend brother Lester Tani said, Gafwana is an accountant. And this is a disservice to the country. We want to say to all of you, wherever you're joining us from, it's just 27 minutes in the show. Continue, just share the show. Ahmed Dukley. Ahmed, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. Derek Nimland from Grand Crew. Derek, na fue no señor, apoyo su troll. The evangelist Godson Bopler. Evangelist, may God bless you. Thank you for joining us. Makula's son. Makula's Senator is making juju. Oh, imagine Senator making juju with Nelson. Because every Senator go to court, a different thing happen. So Makula's son. Lucien Ture. You don't see how you doing, my brother. Terrence Gibson. Terrence Gibson is in the house. The name is Jonas Smith. I'm following from Grand Kipma County. Jonas Smith, how you doing? Greg Bannon is here as well. We're working as Ahmed Aman-DB. Aman-DB. I think that's the name. I got it right. My sister is here. Pierre Cameron is joining us from Atlanta, Georgia. Richmond Condia. That's the name. Okay? Hey, Richmond said he blamed me again. You're blaming for Unity Party situation again. I've been calling is in the house. And Vera Wallace. Hey, my sister V is here as well. Our colleague Sharif is joining us. We want to bring in Samuel Amikemo Rejoice King is in the house. We say Richmond, we call you the Richmond. Lawrence Gay, thank you for joining us. Sam Widow-Sia is here as well. Let's see, Tatos Bua. Tatos. What's going on, my friend? Best one. Who is Best? Good evening, sir. Thanks for the good job. Thank you very much, Best. You are the best. Thank you very much. Michael Nimley. Hey, let me ask you a question, right? This guy they call Original Countryman. The guy gave me Richard Kunhatan. Put the picture up if you get it. The guy said Richard Kun. Anywhere you run, I will go there. You go by the Sano or Grand Creek, I will go by the Sano and Grand Creek. What original Kun man so personal about this? Why he chasing Richard Kun? The man chasing Richard Kun so badly that I feel sorry for Richard Kun, because if he does, he's going to beat Richard Kun. Richard Kun just on listen, couple of people in this Capitol building, my fellow librarian, they would never come back. Don't allow them to come back. A lot of them, not even a couple of, a lot of them, don't bring them back. Richard Kun are one of those. What about Prince Moi? What about Prince Moi from Bon County? Do you think he should come back? What about Emmanuel Nukwe? Do you think Emmanuel Nukwe should come back? We got to go down the line and ask questions. Ask the librarian people. The people took the budget of $60 million. They increased it by almost $4 million. For what? They say they want money to buy toothbrush and lotion and cream, everything. Hey, right? They do. And this is an embarrassment to the core, you know. So we have to just get into this thing and understand it better. But as you share the show, remember that you are doing it because Liberia deserve better. We heard our friend and brother, what's his name, Musa Hassan Berete, addressing the nation on the budget. What do you make about Musa Berete address to the nation? Well, you think Musa was forceful? You think Musa had that Zico in his spine to tell the Liberian people? Musa is not an economist now. He's a businessman. Who would do a better job from the opposition to address this budget issue, Nelson? Will it be George Manawia? Will it be Adesanya Cummings? Yeka Musa? I'm kind of confused. I don't know who's going to really break this down for the Liberian people. Did you listen to Musa? Did you listen to Musa today?
Yeah, I listened briefly, but it coincided with the activities at the Capitol building too. But I listened briefly. So
you just make the point. Musa's speech to the nation coincided with the activities at the Capitol building. So those that planned it, they didn't do him any good because people were busy. The Senate was in session. Representatives, they were there. The House was in session, right? Ministers and directors didn't go into work. Musa should have made this in a primetime speech, but he didn't. And a lot of people trying to say, but Stanton, can you talk about it? No. Musa put Uncle Sam on a 4-year contract. You know about it, right? He paid Uncle Sam, and Uncle Sam would be the one to talk about it, not me.
But see, I think to some extent they try to address that issue because initially the conference was slated for around 2:30, 2:45, but at the time the session was still on. So after the session, then I saw they started the conference, but then within that time there was another hearing at the Senate as well. Hassan Keazulu, a confirmation hearing was today, though it was behind closed doors, but again it was another activity that went on.
Why did Hassan Keazulu behind closed doors? Why?
It was leadership decision.
Why Hassan Keazulu confirmation will go behind closed door? Who was the chair on our committee? Who's the chair on our committee?
It's Senator Nimeni Batikwa. He's the chair on investment.
Nimeni Batikwa tell the man, say, can't go in my office and talk to us. Hassan Keazulu been crying since the government took over. The man been crying. He served as representative for District 17, Musarado County. The people rejected him. He said he was going to keep out to run. They rejected him again. And then man begging for a job that he had never tested government job before. Malabrian people, then Batikwa say he will carry the man in your office and close the door. That's what they call close door. They carry the man in the office and close the door to do one-on-one talk and say, my man, you confirm. Hassan Keazulu and everybody that served in the legislature said they won't come by the job. The people shouldn't hire them. And Hassan, my man. But I don't think you need to hire them.
The man,
my man. No, seriously. They got a fighting to come back in government. You had an opportunity to serve. The whole big District 17 voted for you. You mess up. They ran you out of there. Then you finally come out again, minister job and director job again. I mean, I ask the Liberian people what I'm making a mistake, right? You had an opportunity, nothing. They put you there. 6 years. 6 years. You didn't do anything. If I'm wrong, you tell me now. You're not following the show, Jenkins, Pelanon, and all of you, Peter Toba, Loving True, all of you tell me if I'm wrong. You were there for 6 years, nothing. Not 2 years. Not 3 years, not 4 years, 6 years. Like I seen Sandro Johnson Dazzle. The man said they didn't get his job. So you're going to Musa Benete. You were there for 9 years. What did you do? So, I mean, Morris is standing you right. Emmy Roller said, you must stand on your daughter to Emmy Pa, I never wrong. Forget it. Emmy Pa, I never, listen, anything I say, even I tell you there's something bad, she will say, stand on your right. This is my girl right here, Emmy Ryder. She's right. But give me Kazulu picture. How can we bring Kazulu back? Like Clarence Massacre to LTA. He was begging for a job to say be the chairperson at LTA. Like Ben Fofana at LTA. Well, they serve as representative. They didn't retire. What they did was so bad, the people rejected them. Then you bring them by the government to do what? To steal? No, but my people, if you think what I'm saying is wrong, let me know. Samuel Smith, the whole district gave them 6 years job. Six years job they gave them. They misappropriated the fund. Now what I will say, but they stole the people money. They lied to the district. They took the community funds. They used it for themselves. They had securities. They have money for everything, fuel everything. They turn the back on the people. You served senator for 9 years. You turn your back on the people, then you say they're going to give you government job. No. No, they shouldn't give you government job. They shouldn't. I mean, this is weakness. I mean, you can go up and come out. Listen, let's talk the thing serious. Let's open the line. Let me ask the people. Maybe Uncle Sam, I know you. Yeah, you're going to talk about Musa Belete. He's not my friend, by the way. You can talk about him. That's okay. But we never ask the Liberian people first. Those recycling lawmakers that begging for job, should the government give them job? Yeah, but let's open the line now. Open the line. Let's ask the people.
So 055510107.
Let's not open the line. I can tell you right now, you gotta pay the maximum returns though. I'm watching you. I am watching you now. So I am watching you. Yeah, but give me Kazulu picture.
055510107 is the
so
number.
That's Hassan Kazulu, former representative, district number 17. The man are reducing all. The man reduced. Let's say keep the picture up and open the phone line. Let's ask the Liberian people. These guys ain't come out to beg for a job like that. The only thing they know. They got no business out there. They will bring no investor to the country. I mean, this is bad. But they will come and say, Papa, give me trouble. Papa, I surround myself. Papa, you're good, Papa. Hey, JMB, I will eat a people water for you. Give me job. You can't even say JMB. I get this investor coming in the country and let help build our country. You must get job. Hey, Nade. This is something, man. Uncle Sam, must you get a job before you know that you can contribute, you can work in Liberia? Must you get a job, Uncle Sam?
That's just plain laziness. Laziness. Stanton, I mean, I don't understand that. You know, look, Stanton, there's billions of dollars in this country up in terms of potential for business. It's just so much. Since I came to Liberia, since August, I've gotten like 3 major consultancies in the private sector. Okay. And every day I'm hustling. I go from place to place to place to place. I see all the mining companies are coming. I see a lot of real estate development companies. Go on the beach from 2nd Street all the way to 9th Street. See the muddy, it looks like Miami Beach over there. Go to Marshall. Go to all these places. You can open up a Kentucky Fried Chicken. You don't have to call it KFC. You can open. You can fry pepper collar.
Uncle Sam, they don't have it. Uncle Sam, the minds of these guys to come back and be lawmakers again, to hustle, to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Uncle Sam, this is just what can Zulu going to do that he didn't do in 6 years?
But Stanton, let me tell you something quick. When I used to sell ice right after the war, right? Somebody did something, and I made a public statement against them. Oh my man, you said you educated and you selling ice. But I was selling ice. I was making $300-400 every day selling ice. Then I had a little bakery in Chocolate City. Then I opened my little gas station. Then they can say, oh, your gas station broke down because you couldn't manage it. But they stole the money from me. But I'm saying, you're right, Stanton. These young people need to go and do something else with their lives. They need to go do something else with their lives. There's too many opportunities in this country. Look at Loving, the Lebanese bakery. They got branches. Look at City Villas. Look at the new mall that they are building. Look at all the economic opportunities in the country. I mean, you can bring a new bank to this country. You can bring a factory. We have stable electricity now. You can buy a little $10,000 machine. You can make toilet tissue. You can do so many things in this country. If I was even younger again, I would even do a little franchise with a bakery where I would open a bakery back in Chocolate City. I would open one in Broadway. I would open one in Marshall, Disco Hill, all these places here. They got so many business opportunities in this country.
Let me come back to this thing, Uncle Sam, right? Nelson, can you give us Clarence Massaquoi and the Ben Fofana? Give us a picture. The guys then ran and they're saying that, oh, you know what? We ran on the party ticket. We didn't win. My fellow Liberians, let me ask you, to be fair, do you think it's fair that Bouaka gave these people a job? So nobody else in Liberia, after the district or the county gave them 9 years or 6 years. They failed the people, they failed the cabinet responsibility, and the people rejected them. Then you come here again, come bid for a job. And then you go beyond Jade, you say the senator won't care you small in the corner and lock the door and do back door or beyond the door confirmation. What's that? What kind of nonsense is that? How will our country improve? Look at Clarence Massaquoi, Lofa County representative. They beat him. They took him from there. The man said, Bouaka, my uncle. Give me job, oh, give me job, oh, give me job, oh. I mean, what kind of nonsense is this? Go somewhere now, go in the business sector, and bring investment to the country. Let me give the job to somebody else.
But Stanton, that's too much to ask them to bring investment. Stanton, they can take 3,000, 2,000 and open only a small little thing here.
No, they are proud. They don't have the technical know-how. They are proud. They can make it.
What kind of technical you know how to go?
Uncle Sam, they are proud. They want to chase all the Jews. They want to chase all the They are proud, Uncle Sam. These guys making Liberia to be in the back. No, that's it. Uncle Sam, give me Ben Fofana. You ran on the party ticket. You are representative. You are senator. And I guarantee you, if you take Prince Moyi from there, he will say that my main minister tomorrow. I mean, this is an embarrassment, Nelson. This is. All the guys then, they are strangulating Joseph Imam Bouaka development. All the guys then. Give me Samuel Dazo Johnson. He going to draw, and I'm a man. Look at Ben Fofana. Look at Ben Fofana. Look at Ben Fofana. They cry behind Joseph Boaga over, oh, Papa, you won't get me in trouble, Papa, look at your soul, I'm from Lofa, oh, I your nephew. They cry, they get a job done. But when you are there serving the people for 6 years as a representative, what did you do? Why the people rejected you? When you were serving the people 6 years, why were you rejected? I mean, there must be a reason here. So when I see my friend, and listen, Kazulu is my friend. Kazulu is. They tried the fishery, it didn't work. The young lady at fishery Guinea said, "You're not coming here to spoil my eating." Roland Guinea said, "You're not going to go to that road front, rather." They tried the road front, it didn't work. Roland Guinea said, "You're not coming to the road front to spoil my eating." So Roland Guinea tell the lady, say, don't move. Hey, he fought the whole thing. Kazulu was frustrated. He cried. He went to Gafuan, he went to Stikwa, he went to Sylvester Grespe, he went to Mamakability. He was going all over to the speaker. He said, "My man, let me out. I got no job." The man got on his knee, he begged. He said it 23 times, 100 times. And Fubi called me one day. Fubi said, "What going on with Kazulu?" I said, "Fubi, I can't understand the man that you're man." The man went from one ministry, he begging for a job, but you were just there. Russell, just 2 years ago, you are representative. What did you do that your people rejected you? You can't show one thing you did, but you will come back in government. And that's why the government is not moving anywhere. That's why the government is a problem. That's why the reason why the government is a problem, like Gafuan. Gafuan said that, he said he must come back to government. They gave him job on the NGO job. He said, "No, he must come out of government." And at the end of the day, guess what happened? Gafuan did that. Today, the people saying, "Gafuan roll, Gafuan roll." We're playing that one today. They're calling Gafuan roll.
What was that all about?
The people say Gafuan roll. They say, "Oh, that all about." They say the man roll. They say Gafuan lied to Uncle Sam. The people say Gafuan roll. They ask me. And are you in like, bro?
No, but I want to know. I mean, what were the cause of that? I mean, there must be a reason why they went in the street. Why they went in the street?
They went in the street because Gafuan road. That's what they said. Mokona on the show. They went in the street because Gafuan lied and said he got 2.3 million in the budget for asset recovery, but nobody can find it. They went in the street because they need a benefit, and Gafuan is not giving it to them. That's a serious thing for the people to come up and call the finance minister rogue and a bloody liar. That's a serious thing. It's not a joke. Yeah. Let the people get tired. They are getting tired, Uncle Sam. The people are getting tired. The people can see through the glass window now. Nobody need to tell them. Instead, they don't need to tell them. The people can see through. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Ooh. Hey, man, I remember when I went to Russell. And Russell brought out clear water soup for what's the guy name? Robina. And Russell, we were drinking that clear water soup, Uncle Sam. And Robina, then other people out there, we can't call their name, and they were playing the song. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Hey, Uncle Sam, I know you're thinking about your time when you're around and you're picking Uncle Sam.
All the dark clouds are held me down. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day.
That's how you have it. I mean, can you usually go out in the spot? Can you what you make up with this song? I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Woo! Oh, God. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Hey!
The way you put in that song to use in a different way.
But man, I'll put it in my way, and you put it in your way.
I can see clearly now the president has reduced his budget.
Oh yeah. Listen, you can put it in our way, and I can put it in my way. Because the Liberian people, I will say this to you: people fear somebody trying to block my stuff here, man. It's like the mouse is sticking, you know. And I gotta be careful when I bring in Kanye, because you know Kanye's support for Unity Party is above and beyond. He can sabotage and do anything, so we gotta be very careful. He's a Mozart. He's a Mozart.
No, I don't believe in CEO. I believe in free speech.
I respect that. We have our brother on the show. They call him the Emmanuel G.K. George. We are still waiting for Mr. Cummings to tell us whether you will address this national 2026 proposed budget issue. We got two ANC on the show. Don't forget, now we got the suspended ANC chief, Phoebe Herons from Ouagadougou. And we have the chairperson for the USA chapter, I believe, Chairman Emmanuel G.K. George from Pennsylvania. I believe that's where he's from. We have Jefferson Chesson. Jefferson Chesson, I don't know his position in CDC, but sedition, he was a UPA's first. Right?
He got no position.
Oh, he got no position. Okay. The man's a free ruler. The man's a sedition. But we have my brother Russell, Winfred Russell, on the show today. Guess what? Winfred Russell, Winfred, which party do you support? Or you just support the Liberian people like I do, right? Russell, when I hear you.
You know, my I just support Liberians, you know, and Liberia, and that's what I'm about. I'm not a party guy, because a lot of the parties are not about ideology. A lot of the parties are about appointing their patrons and their supporters and all of that. They're not about advancing policies that are to benefit the common good of the country. So I'm not about that. I'm about supporting individuals, and I'm about supporting policy. Contrary to what a lot of people, some of whom are on this show, think that we are about looking for money.
I don't want to go. You scared? You scared to call my name?
Well, Russell,
nothing talk to me about.
Yeah, I mean, Stento, you asked me a question, I responded to you. I'm not here to make fuss, brother. Yeah, I had to make fuss. I just said, you
don't want to always start fuss.
So, guys, let me do this, right? I have a problem with my mic. It's not working too well. I'm going to just go out and come back in, but we're going to have a wonderful show today. We got a lot to discuss. We will continue from where we left off on the budget. For all our information correct, the budget was recalled for a couple of hours, and some adjustments were made. We can also announce that Musa Bedite spoke today, but instead getting no traction. I'm going to call Musa Bedite, right? I think because of the scheduling. Musa Bedite, what he said, a lot of people say he said some good stuff, right? And when I announced that Musa Bedite met Jeremiah Pancon, Musa called me, right? But he was kind of sure and told him, I'm not going to get there till he come on the show, right? Musa called me. We had almost a 37 minutes conversation. Now, something you got to understand. And this goes to the Musa people. Leave Musa and my relationship alone. Our relationship had nothing to do with CMC. If you get in the crossfire, you will fall down Issa. We had a good conversation yesterday, and we're going to talk about what Musa discussed concerning the budget. It's good to have Kanyo Bagbala on. It's good to have Chief Phoebe Herons on, Emmanuel George, Jefferson Chesson, Winfred Russell, Uncle Sam Jackson, Dr. Bopla is coming on, Karis Moses Gray will be on, Asido will be joining us. We want to say it's going to be a very, very unique show. Whatever you are, share the show. Let's make progress. This too is Liberia. You understand we will be out of here, 7 p.m. Today is Tuesday. Today is the day the Lord has made that I will be going to Bible study. And guess what? I'm teaching Bible study tonight. So I got to get in Zigo, get in my phone, and Phoebe Henry is sending me the Bible message that I will be preaching on tonight, and I will be delivering the Bible study word tonight. So God bless you. Let's discuss the Liberian people thing. Uncle Sam, we'll give you 30 minutes, right? From you, Uncle Sam, 30 minutes only. Please watch your time. I hate to interrupt you.
30 seconds, 30 seconds.
I try to get Uncle Sam attention. You gain 30 minutes when I move from here. We'll be here till tomorrow. Uncle Sam, we give you 30 seconds for your intro. Russell will give you 30 seconds. But everybody, please watch count your time when we reach to him. I beg you, I'm going to look at the clock, right? We're giving 30 seconds. Right.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead, Uncle Sam. Welcome to the show. Welcome, folks. Let's have fun.
Thank you very much. Look, I am very much impressed with Musa Hassan ability. I'll tell you why I'm impressed. I knew him from a distance, and I knew him like family, right? But to have worked with him the last few days, the guy had more mastery of the budgetary figures than I did, right? The guy wrote most of his own speech. The guy was up on it. And he did a good job. Some people are talking about delivery and all of that. Not everybody is a Shakespearean actor, but if you look at the numbers, what the guy was calling, the guy said, don't put the $200 million that ArcelorMittal is giving you to spread it across the budget. He said, I want you to create and capitalize an agricultural investment bank. When you capitalize an agricultural investment bank with $200 million and put it in 15 counties, do you know how many jobs you will create? How many millionaires you will create? You know the state of agriculture in this country, but you're taking $200 million, which is a one-off kind of payment or sweetheart payment from a corporation, and then you're spreading that money all around. Then in 2027, 2028, the budget goes just at $1 billion or below $1 billion. And right now, this budget is not even a $1.2 billion budget, because $228 million out of that budget is what economists and financial people call contingency. It's based upon certain things that will not even show up. Can you imagine $10 million from asset recovery, and they're putting it in the 2026 budget when the court cases have not even begun? And you know how long court cases would take to adjudicate that? But Musa did a splendid job today. It is good for Liberian democracy. And sometime tonight, we're going to put our micro analysis of the budget. Today was just a summation, but we will do a macro analysis of the budget where we're going to show you all the figures and all the places that we can get savings, and what we're going to do: support education, support health, support agriculture. But the question is always, how do you pay for it? And we'll give you the numbers, how we're going to generate the numbers to pay for the reforms that the CMC is going to be promoting. Thank you very much, Stanton.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sam. Thank you. Mr. Russell.
Thank you, Stanton. And I think many of us have seen the videos that have been shared on social media, especially Facebook. I put some information in the group chat too as well. And so I'm going to use that as my opening to say thanks and celebrate and amplify the efforts that are currently being made in Liberia with the introduction of a bicycle patrol to enhance community policing in the country. So in a bid to strengthen community police relations and curb the rising incidents of mob violence in the country that we all have seen so often, the Liberian National Police has now launched the first of its kind, a bicycle patrol in Monrovia. Central Monrovia is going to be expanded to other parts of the country. This is a historic first step at community-based policing in the country. So I'd like to say thanks to Gregory Coleman, to APC Juan Cooper, and Police Superintendent Melvin Gray for ensuring that this stuff was successfully launched. and we'll see a lot of good things to come as a result of this. So that's how I would like to start and leave it there. And but calling on everyone to support the Liberia National Police as the police try to manage the traffic situations in our country, the high rate of accident on our highways, mob violence in our communities, and all of that. This community policing approach, I think, is the right approach to try to address some of those challenges. Thank you.
Thank you, Russell. Tayo, let's hear you, my friend.
Well, thank you. Two things to very quickly cover in my intro. Welcome to everyone on the show today. It's good to be back and to talk about positive things, hopefully, about Liberia. First thing we want to share is that on Saturday, apologies, Tento, I'm not paying for this. I'm just using my presence here to air it. On Saturday, November 22nd, the Centrism movement is officially being launched in Monrovia. It's going to be quite an energetic and massive affair. We hope that some of the panelists that are here, that are in Liberia, if you have the time, please join us. We'll share the information with you. Come and meet the folks that are powering this movement to bring a different kind of ideology to politics in our country, to governance and civics in our country. The second thing I'd like to point out that I'm excited about today, the Ministry of Health launched a massive program with support from the World Bank around detecting infectious diseases. I think that if managed well, it can help to mitigate some of the challenges within the health sector, which are so acute nowadays. So I think that's a good thing. I'll end by saying that I'm looking forward to the conversation around the budget, especially the positive aspects. I think today's incident was stage managed and planned to embarrass Gafwan. I think this is a deliberate process to undermine his expertise and credibility. So we need to speak to some of that, that those things that are happening in our country. But overall, we're prepared to rumble as usual, all with the best interests of the country in mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Kanye. Thank you very much, sir. The Chief, Fubi.
So good evening, everybody. We look forward to a good show today. And I think the finance ministry did a good thing. You know, they took down the first draft budget and they replaced it with and did some editing. And I think that's good. You know, sometimes when you make some errors and when people point them out, it's good to correct them and present a fair and better one. So I think that was a good step from the Ministry of Finance to make those corrections, so that they have at least a better view of the budget with some of the, because you know, sometimes when people preparing some stuff, you have some errors. You know, we all have prepared budget and even large documents. We know we go through those things at different points in time. You know, we present the draft and we go back and correct it. And you realize while presenting, you realize that one or two lines that didn't make sense, that needed to be corrected, and it's good to go and correct them. So I think it was a good thing from the ministry to correct that, especially after all these public criticism. But we look forward to a good show. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me bring you in, Emmanuel. It's good to see you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, Uncle Sam. Good evening, Betty D, Councilor Bala, Chief Fubi, Jeff, and Isaac Doe, along with Stanton. Good evening, our listener. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's a privilege to be in your homes this evening, whether you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or listening to any of the many radio stations in Liberia. Lo Fubi Hori Boss Tracy. And I think that why you were alluding to today, I don't know. I know we can make mistakes, but the fact that you change the annual something from 880 to 975, that's a serious mistake. Someone should have caught it a long time ago. But this evening, we look forward to the conversation. Look forward to what we are going to discuss. And I look forward to interacting with these wonderful gentlemen on this panel and our audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Emmanuel. JJC, it's good to see you, my friend.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Stanton. Good evening to the panelists. Few things my attention has been drawn to today. I listened to the Minister of Public Works, his entire interview. I think it was haphazard, but we addressed that. But most importantly, he talked about the president $10 million project in FOIA. And gentlemen, we're amazed to know that the Ministry of Public Works cannot speak to that project. He publicly said he cannot speak about it for security reasons. Secondly, he was asked if he granted permit for the construction. I mean, he couldn't even definitely say as to whether he granted the permit for the construction. I mean, this is the country's entity responsible for construction in our country, for civil works in our country. And he could not speak to the fact that he granted construction permits to that structure that have been built in FOIA. And I think this is troubling for our country. Nobody, no government official, no entity has any information on that particular project. That is about $10 million of the Liberian people money. This is something that should be troubling to our people. This is something that should call for at least serious rioting within our financial system, because that money could be used to buy drugs in the hospital.
Thank you very much, brother. I beg you, just 30 seconds. Thank you very much, Jefferson. We just got to give our point, then we can come into it, please. Isaac, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Isaac. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Santo. It's nice to be here another day. I came on the show wondering about our country. I've been asking myself the whole day, and I'm yet to find an answer. Hopefully, as we go on today, somebody somewhere brings sense to the table that will help my curiosity. I've been wondering on the country that we are having, wherein the very 1% keeps getting richer and the rest of the people keeps getting poor. I sat on my bed going over the budget again and again and again and again, and I just been wondering, why are we creating a budget that only takes care of the 1% and the rest of the people keep getting poor? I'm concerned about the country, and I came on the show with a very heavy heart.
Also, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. It's always good to have you in studio. It's very, very good that you're taking all of your time to come and have conversation with the Liberian people. As always, we want to welcome you again. Thank you for sharing the show. Thank you for being part of this process. Let's have fun. Let's discuss issue of national concern. Yes, indeed, we are talking about the budget. Yes, indeed, we are talking about Samuel Tway. Yes, indeed, we are talking about road and gettings, public work. We are talking about GAFWAN. We are talking about all this issue. And we'll be also discussing, Musa Bedete's speech to the nation today, discussing this very budget. I want to say, if you're ready, I am ready. We can get this thing started. We can rock and roll, because that's the reason why we're here. Everyone will be given the time to speak, please. No interruption, like we all do. And I want to say, yes, it will be a very, very, very heated argument, conversation. But we hope you will go home with something today. We hope you will go home with something today. Uncle Sam asked a question. I like to play this. Let me play this first. I am concerned where our country is moving to. I am concerned. You remember doing CDC time, the ran beyond Summit 12, the ran beyond some of these folks, call them rogues, call them criminal. It had a serious impact on them. Fubi, you're one of those. I was very hard on the government then. I was very, very brutal on the government. We didn't hold back. But for us to sit here also under a government that we all celebrate and say, yes, this government came to rescue. And today, whether 1, 200, 500, 1,000 or more, Liberians can gather on the street and say Gafwana Road. This is concerning. Liberians can gather on the street and protest and say Gafwana is a bloody liar. This is concerning. I don't know about you, but I think we should discuss it. Something begot something. Something is happening somewhere, and the Liberian people are listening. It's shocking. It is shocking, my friend, that they are coming up, they are saying, they are protesting, they are calling the finance minister a rogue. I'm going to play again, and then we'll discuss it. Wherever you find yourself, something is happening in Liberia. The people, they are not stupid anymore. The people say Gafwana rogue. Gafwana is a liar. They are saying it. Then you ask yourself, well, why are they saying it? The international folks are watching. And the people are saying it. Take a listen. Uncle Sam, let's hear you on this one, Uncle Sam. This is terrible.
Look, this is very troubling. Eh? I have a lot of respect for Kafwan. I was very pleased that he became finance minister. And being that the guy worked in the central bank when I was minister of state, and we sent him to school and all of that. And I saw his temperament as a young man coming up, a student leader. I believe he was going to be very different. I believe from the bottom of my heart that Kafwan will concentrate more on the bread and butter issues facing the people in the country instead of the politics. But clearly, Kafwan financed the removal of Fonati Kofa. Clearly, Kafwan tried to manipulate the budget. How do you, without a recast, go from a projected revenue of $880 million, okay, expenditure, and you spend 975, and then no one had the understanding, a part of that budget team, to say, number one, they were breaking the law. They broke the law. The budget is a law. If you overspend the budget, you broke the law, and that is criminal. That's why they came back to the $880 million. Somebody told them this was not a mistake, my people. There's no way in the age of artificial intelligence with proofreaders and editors and all of that, you will make a $90 to $100 million mistake in the budget, which even if it's 1,000 pages. Why did you put a figure in there? It was only when people like Baba Conte, myself, and others that we pointed out that this a budget altering figure here was clearly wrong. And now that when we do the budget, And so, I heard somebody talking about my very good friend Phoebe. It's a mistake. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. You use a third eye. There's nowhere in the world where people do budgets without outside consultants like editors, like proofreaders and economists and budget analysts to come and double check, triple check, and quadruple check those figures.
Uncle Sam, how dangerous this is for Gafwan? Your second year as finance minister under this government. They are calling you, they say you're rogue, you're criminal, you're a liar. People are protesting. How dangerous, not only for Gafwan, Uncle Sam, right? But for the government now. How dangerous this is?
No, but no, this is specifically for Gafwan because Gafwan had the support of the young people within the Unity Party. The Unity Party stalwarts. In fact, Gafwan was even looked upon as a possible guy that will succeed JMB in 2028. Believe me. And so he was aligning his forces that. But if you are alienating the streets, okay, if you are alienating Mawata children then, and they are coming in the middle of Broad Street on a sunny day in Monrovia and calling you rogue, you have to think about the reputational risk. You just came as a ADB guy in a foreign country. And that when people Google you, they will see that that's a reputational risk. So I'm appealing to my friend Augustine Gafwan that is listening to me, right? You need to fix it, okay? Because you're a young man, you have a potentially great future in this country. Whatever is happening, fix it for the streets, but also in terms of the major thing of the budget. The budget is a law. You don't play with
the budget, Uncle Sam. Let's move forward. Let allow others to speak. I want to bring you in, Brother Russell. This is a big one. Let me play it for those of you that just joining us. People stage protest today. They say Gafwan is a rogue. They just can't understand the budget. They need the benefit. And something about that whole thing, you heard Gafwan say yesterday, I can guarantee you got 2.3 million in the budget for asset recovery. We look at the budget, it got zero for asset recovery. Again, the budget was pumped up illegally for extra maybe $80 million, $90 million. They opened Gafwan and said, my man, you want to steal from the Liberian people? Gafwan said, you give us the budget back. The Liberian people hit the street. They said they will come again. And they begin to chant, they begin to sing, they begin to say, you know what, Gafwan, you're a bloody rogue. You're a bloody liar. And now the people are on the street. And that's the Gafwan that served as a finance minister of today. They are charging on his name. They are saying he's a criminal. They got to call the police in. The people are angry. Brother Russell, how far is this going to go? What's going on here?
Well, I hope it doesn't go too far. But, you know, one of the things that is prevalent in our country, especially within the public sector, that is that whenever you're about to roll out this sort of major policy, or talk about something as big and as significant as the budget, is to do some sort of community engagement process where you can sort of educate people about, what the budget is. I mean, simplify it, get it down to the basics so people fully understand what goes into putting the budget together. What are all of these different things mean? I mean, you can do, like what they would do here. I mean, we have a community meeting and bring the budget out and line by line explain what this process is. It can go from community to community because we don't have a really good ELTV or television sort of network, it seems like. But we can do small, big community groups, conversation, and educate people about the whole budgetary process. I think that would help a lot, Stanton. And that's, we're talking about the budget in this case, but for a lot of big, public projects, we don't have a community engagement component to any of these. And I think it's critically important. And so now we see what is happening on the street and what the people are saying. The people aren't happy, and we cannot allow this to continue. I know the minister went out there and made some amendments and made some adjustments and all of that. But you know, that is good. But you know, proactively, we should be engaging the public, talking to the people, trying to work with them so they understand what goes into putting together the budget and what is in it for them. You know, I think that would certainly help to quell some of what we saw today.
Listen, gentlemen, again, welcome to the Spoon Talk. We're happy to have you in our studio. We're happy that you are listening to us, and this will be a very, very unique one. People are saying Gafwan are rogue, Gafwan should go. They just can't trust Gafwan. Lester Tenney said the man is a male accountant. We'll play that. He shouldn't be at that job. He was blessed by Madam Sadi when he was my finance minister on Madam Sadi, because by then, Madam Sadi herself too knew the number. She's an accountant. That's her area. So Gafwan was shadowed. He was covered. Just say Human Braga, no, he depended on these guys. And then what happened? They say Gafwan that road. Let me bring in my dear brother, the councillor himself, Councillor Bada.
Well, thank you, Stanton. In order to approach this matter, I like to take the time very quickly to reflect to a few years ago when the CDC was still in power. And I recall during that period, there were seditions who were government officials, to include Sema Serenia Cephas, to include the former finance minister, Samuel Ditwe, and others who were mobbed by groups of unruly people who labeled them as thieves and as rogues, I believe, simply because they occupied government positions. At that time, I particularly condemned those actions, and I will remain consistent today to condemn similar actions that are happening. I believe that those mob of people who came out there to attack Minister Gafwan are not only wrong, but should be held accountable. Because simply by the laws, that is an assault on the person of a statesman. Whatever grievances they have, legitimate or otherwise, I'm sure there are mechanisms to address them. But we cannot engender a society that is based on mob action and mob violence. What is different from people who go into the communities and burn down police stations when you have a bunch of people who can surround a vehicle and attempt to mob a minister? And for what purpose? The budget is submitted to Parliament. Parliament is going to scrutinize that budget. If you claim that there's a mistake in the budget, parliamentarians are going to look at it. And even if the Ministry of Finance said, look, we made a mistake, bring it back, let's fix it. Is that sufficient ground for people to want to mob the minister? Then I don't want to hold a government position, especially if people are going to, on groundless basis, accuse you, impugn you, try to sully your reputation and violate your personal space and want to act violently against you on account of a professional piece of job you're doing. I think we shouldn't play politics. It was wrong when the CDC was in power, and we condemn it. It is wrong today. This whole mudslinging, violent approaches against Minister Gafwan, I think it is misplaced. Let people adopt a civil mentality, wherein if they have grievances, there are structures to address those grievances. Go to the lawmaker, go to the court, etc. But I don't buy into that. I think it's totally wrong, and it should be condemned.
Councillor Kanye, thank you very much. What do you hear from you, Isaac? Should it be condemned, Isaac? Let's stick with the Gafwan issue. We're walking gradually to the budget. The people are angry. The Liberian people, they are angry. The person at the time sitting at home and then nothing is happening. That somebody will enrich themselves intentionally, part of the budget for summation, and they say, well, we didn't know. They're on the street. Listen to them. Listen to them. And the people are saying Gafwan are wrong. Gafwan is a bloody liar. Nothing good is coming out of that ministry. Talk to me. I said, go talk to me.
The least responsibility of any matured government is to understand the plights of the people. It will only be sheer wickedness to think that the people coming out to protest and calling you names because they don't have electricity means they are bad. You are a different kind of human being. So let's go into the question if this is justified. I think so. Most of these people over there, if you listen to the actual interview, most of them talk about their benefits. Most of them talk about salaries. Most of them talk about the hardship in the country. If you have a group of people listening to the government telling them, you know what, we get budget surplus, but then they can't get their salary, you don't expect someone to ask, where is the money going to? If you have a group of people somewhere seeing the economy in the country so hard, but the government keeps telling them that everything looks better because money wasting, you don't expect them to ask questions. Of course, it is justified. So they will kind of call you a rogue simply because you told them that you get more money than you wanted to use, but yet still you cannot pay their benefits. So where's the money going to? The last time I checked in the Bible, Jesus was not yet in person. Did Jesus come to take it in heaven that we don't know? You expect the people to ask who? The imam or the bishop in the church? Of course, their actions are justified simply because they are demanding for their government to do for them what they said they would do for them. And you want to say that people should go to the Supreme Court and ask the Chief Justice, please tell the government to bring water in our community because they promised us to bring water? You want the people to go to the Supreme Court and tell the Supreme Court, please tell the people to pay our benefit and say they got more money before they get their money? I don't know where we're heading as a country. That's what I said from the initial stage, that I'm worried about the country. I am worried about the lies. I'm worried about the propaganda because a government is in power that thinks they can make the country better on lies. We have a government in power that thinks they can make the country well off on propaganda. We have a government in power that tells the people that indeed your country is better. We got more money, but you will not get your salary. And you expect people not to make that known through their voices. Their action was justified, and I think that's the right thing to do.
Azedo, thank you very much. The Chief Fubi Herons. Let's talk about Gafwan video. The folks are calling him Tiffy Roll.
Yeah, you know, those are normal things. You know, Article 1 of the Constitution says all power inherent in the people, all free governments are instituted by the authority and for their benefit, and they have the right to alter and reform the same when their safety and happiness so require. And you know, you will have everybody in the country will not be happy with the performance of, you know, Minister Gafwan. So you might have those that don't feel happy to exercise that right, their right to protest, as long as they didn't inflict any bodily injury against him, and the police were there to put it under control. That's fair, because you will expect that in a democracy, and that's something that will happen. It happened to Tue, it happened to different ministers and different McGill, and the guys even went to UL campus, the children booed them. You know, all sort of those are normal things for the society. So people shouldn't get over the edge with these kind of things. But it doesn't mean that Gafwan is a role. It doesn't mean that Samuel Tue are better than Gafwan. You know, Gafwan performance is far better than Minister Tue and the other stuff. So I think the people need to understand, do some of these things, but you will not have everybody being happy. That's a fair thing. So you gotta expect this kind of protest actions from people from time to time, and they will do that. Even the legislature, they did that to them. Even Gray here.
Sorry to interrupt you, Fubi, but it led to the removal of the CDC government. We know it's
that's what I'm saying.
We know that. Listen, that you got to go express yourself, say whatever. We understand that, but everything you're saying, it led to the removal of Samuel Tue. It led to the removal of CDC government. If what you are saying hold water, they will mean that the people are angry and they will remove the Unity Party government, though.
The government got obligation to listen to those and not sweep under the carpet and be able to improve. Even if one person stand up to protest, listen to that one person and work on it and improve. The government had the obligation. So Gafwan should not just take it lightly. You look at it and work on it and do a better job. I'm just saying, comparing him to Tuel, he's far better than Tuel. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We had a poll over here. The people took Tuel over Gafuan. They were very adamant. They said Tuel was better finance minister than Gafuan. We talked to a lot of Liberians, and they overwhelmingly said Tuel was better than any of the past finance minister post-war. So just to get that out there. Before I come to you, Emmanuel George, let me bring in the Honorable Karis Mose Gray. One opposition, one imposition, or one up. I don't know whether you're opposition, Emmanuel George, but I'm sorry. Let me go to Gray real quick. Honorable Gray, welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much, and I want to say good evening to all. The statute that created the ministry itself, that merged the Ministry of Planning and the Ministry of Finance, provided for that ministry to not just deal with financial matter, but to plan and to develop, to set the financial planning of the country, the priorities areas. What they call a Ministry of Finance Development Planning. That's what they call it. The budget originates from the executive branch of government. The chief architect of the budget of the Republic of Liberia is the Minister of Finance or the Ministry of Finance. There is not a debate. That's the chief architect. They determine where spending goes, where they will spend 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4, 5. So for the Minister of Finance to neglect a sector of Liberians who should be benefiting or who should get certain amount of money, and they don't see that in the budget, and civil servants don't see salary increment on the basis of commitment, public commitment to the people, who do they go to first? They've done the most important thing, they run to the Minister of Finance first. They don't run to the legislature first. The legislature will reappropriate. In fact, sometimes if the legislature increase the budget, the national cake, those who are doing revenue collection will ask where the source of funding. For example, they will ask, what's the source of funding? Maybe if the budget is 10 million, they increase it to $12 million and say every civil servant will be paid $200. They could make that political statement, but the source of funding is very important, and the Ministry of Finance comes in. This is a dangerous and deadly referendum against the Unity Party-led administration. When you see people who are supporters of the administration, who stood in the feces water, moving towards the financial arm of the country, the developmental arm of the country, the planning arm of the country, and calling the minister rogue, and we sit on this platform and say, oh, they did it to the other person, they did, but that was a referendum. I see nothing wrong with the people moving in that direction. I recall when the people were protesting on quote unquote $16 billion, key members of the Unity Party were in front of the Ministry of Finance calling Samuel Tuel rogues. Oh yes, they were publicly calling him rogues, so there's no crime about that. Nobody's life was in danger today or yesterday. No, nobody's life was in danger. The people are expressing a disappointment in an administration that they voted for. So yes, I was one of those who were on record when Gafuan was being called and said, no, he should not accept this job. This job is not an ordinary job under a rescue government that is not serious to rescue the country. God does not fit within our capacity and in our portfolio in the midst of enemy forces. He himself has become the enemy, leading the front line with bazookas and intercontinental ballistic missile launching our people, and civil servants cannot get their pay. So nobody coming on air to kind of sugarcoat to say Samuel Tuel was the West Minister, maybe because you have problem against the Liberian people spoke on this radio platform. They were very clear. It was a massive cataclysmic defeat to GAF and the other ministers. Massive. You can go back and bring it on. Okay. So
thank you very much, Craig. We gotta move on. Let's get to Emmanuel George. Great, thank you very much. Thank you. Great. Emmanuel, let's hear you. Let's hear you while we close on this topic.
Then democracy is a government for the people, of the people, and by the people. The preamble of our Constitution says, we the people. And then Article 1 says, all power is inherent in the people. When Minister Gafuan was Minister of Defense. We, the people, supported him and we respected him. We clapped for him when he was at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, rather. When he was being returned by this current government, we, the people, were excited. But we have found out that he is the custodian of the purse and the distributor of the purse. And we have found out in the last few years that this distribution is uneven. And the custodian is not custodian as adequately as he should. So therefore, we, the people, have to speak. Hopefully there will be a change, but we have to speak. We cannot live in a country where the budget for agriculture is $14 million, but yet then still we bring in 285 F-moving equipment for only $14 million. We cannot live in a country where the social development services budget is $16 million. So we, the people, we have to speak, and we, the people, spoke today. And hopefully, everyone in Liberia will understand that the power is in the people, and when we, the people, are not benefiting, we'll hold you accountable. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Emmanuel George. Thank you very much, guys. A great round on this Gafuan issue. Yes, Mante, I sense this thing. You know, you got to be in the modern to understand issues that come up. Gafuan is fake. I can say it. Gafuan is complete fake. If you have a finance minister coming live on TV, right, and we got a budget in front of us, and the finance minister insulting the journalists then to say you guys can't read. Look at the budget. We have money in it for what? For asset recovery, $2.3 million. And everybody said, what you talking about, Gafuan? We have the budget. The proposed budget got nothing, zero for asset recovery. Then Gafuan said he's the only person with spiritual eyes. Seriously, I just want you to understand. Let's listen to him.
And let me say that the asset recovery is in the budget. We've allocated 2.3 million in the budget. So that's it, is there. You can quote me on that.
He said you can quote me on that. And we've been turning the budget over and over and over again. Gafuan said, you can quote me, Gafuan, on that. Hey guys, come on now. Can Joseph Boakai trust Gafuan? If the man saying that we have a budget, now all Liberian people saying, clear, nothing is said yesterday. The man lying to almost 6 million Liberians. And he said, but quote me on it. We got it. It's there. It's there. You journalists, you don't know what you're talking about. And the people got angry today. And went to the street. And listen to this guy. And I like this other guy that was protesting. The guy said, you know what? Gafuan, the name Gafuan from Lofa means spirit. Listen to him.
Gafuan means spirit. It means spirit in Bani.
The name Gafuan means spirit in Bani. That's only a spirit can see something of the natural eyes that we cannot see. The name Gafuan means spirit, because Gafuan only he can tell us whether we have 2.3 million. 6 million Liberians looking at it, they can see it. Only Gafuan. The name Gafuan means spirit. I'm saying it in Bandi. The man has spirit. And that's why the people took to the street. Who are you laughing? How can a man look at intelligent man like Uncle Sam and Liberians home and abroad and say we got 2.3 million in the budget? Yesterday we're looking at nothing. Are you kidding me? You know, the days of Gafuan playing these games are over. And that's why the people took on the street. So we're going to leave it there. Then the people will talk. Whether you can call some people that protest, the poor are hungry. They want something. You get involved with them because they want on the street to protest. So they must sit down and be quiet. That's what you want. The Liberian people will talk. If in here, we hear. The people will talk. They were expressing, and Afro Liberians should speak. What are you for or against? Afro Liberians should speak. You should speak through your lawmakers. You should speak through the ministries. You should say it through your party. You should say as a Liberian because you deserve to express yourself. That's your right. And Gafwan got to stop lying to the people. We move on. Let's talk briefly about Roland Guinness. Yeah, we'll come there. This Roland Guinness, what did he say today? Roland Guinness was with T-Max, Jonathan. Hey, man. Nobody got an answer for anything. Oh. You remember the $10 million budget? You remember the whole $10 million compound Daniel Sanders said that AOU or African Union or MRU, Monterey, what kind of union that ain't bid in it, right? That's what Daniel Sanders said. Kula Fofana, my own lawyer in Liberia, say she doesn't know, but maybe the government will talk. The other girl, Kupokra daughter, I don't know her name. She said, enough for Joseph Boaka, but for the government. So everybody saying that, oh, you asked Jeremy Pierre, he ran away from, hey, you can't comment. He said, no comment. They asked Sam Stikwa, the chief of staff. He said he got no idea. Their building fell down, boom, in Foya. Liberian people, $10 million. It fell down in Foya. So Timothy Jonathan went to the public work minister because you know they say, Musa, if you want to pay anything, you got to tell to approve it, right? Fair. The best person to ask the public work minister, Roland Guinness, this guy. He's the best person to ask. So now let's listen to Timothy Jonathan asking him, and then let's hear exactly his answer.
Since public work gives approval for these big structures building, this controversial structure in Foya. Did you approve of it? And if you did, who is building it? Perhaps you could throw some light on that as well.
The $10 million.
Is
that the $10 million?
They alleged $10 million.
$10 million
project because we're not sure of the.
We're not have an interview here, Jeff. What kind of way?
And you can approve.
So let's.
You listen to Roland Guinea first respond to say that he run away from this thing. We have our interview here, you won't bring it 1 year again. Occurrence, you listen to the man? We have our fine interview. You won't get me in trouble with it, won't? That's your public work minister. Nobody don't know who chopped the $10 million. They cannot. But listen further. I will not interrupt you again. Just listen. Let's go further.
Since public work gives approval for these big structures building, this controversial structure in Foya, did you approve of it? And if you did, who is building it? Perhaps you could throw some light on that as well.
The $10 million.
Is
that the $10 million?
They alleged $10 million.
$10 million
project because we're not sure of the.
We're not have an interview here, Jeff. What kind of way?
And you can approve.
So let's
everything. So we got to ask.
So I can begin to address.
You
can begin to address this with that project. Like I said, with that project, I will leave that with the executive mansion to speak about.
You never have any
on the
input in that
security,
project?
on the security aspect of the presidency.
What security nature is that?
Well, I don't know about that. That's what I'm saying. So I will leave that.
Is it a security structure?
Of course it is. So I will leave that with the security.
What makes it a security project?
I don't know about that, team.
Well, you call it a security project.
No, I said there's some security implications. So
what is the security implication in that?
I will leave that.
Somebody wants to build a villa.
I will leave that. I will leave that with the executive mansion to address. Too much.
Just want to know.
But did public works approve it?
No, you say you didn't.
Public works, preliminary, of course, we saw it. We saw the.
You saw it and you approved it.
Well, again, I would say I would not know what the details are in terms of the construction, bidding, and financing, all of that. I say let's refer to.
You are knowledgeable, smart guy.
Let's refer to the executive.
Why were you approved
for that
with that structure?
Dimas, I would say please refer to the executive management to answer that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Guys, can we mute? Somebody got something playing in the back, please. Can we mute? Can we mute? Thank you. Guys, let's mute. Somebody got something playing in the back.
I saw the message.
Akaris, mute yourself, please. All right. So let's say this, seriously speaking, though. Uncle Sam, what happened?
Look, it's It's a bomb shelter for a JMP that has been built. It's a nuclear shelter, has a lot of security implications. They went into the executive mansion situation room, and only a handful of people know the details of this. This is ridiculous. This is when book people say this is palpably idiotic, this is stupid. Look, own up to it. The reason why you don't want to own up to it is that people will immediately correlate that to the lies that you guys told about Joya for the Nakondo condos. And then you are building something in FOIA. It's not within the budget. Public Works know nothing about it. They're asking you to go to the executive mansion. What kind of foolishness is this, my people? Apparently, they haven't thought about it. But Costa said this was started by Grisby trying to blame a dead man. A dead man? Grisby alone cannot come with his own courage to say, I will spend $10 billion. The money is coming from somewhere. It's coming from the government budget. Somebody is writing checks on it. If the legislature was a strong legislature, there will be public hearings now on the matter. And the CMC, I will ask my political leader to demand public hearings on the building of this. What is this, a bomb shelter? Some military installation? What is a resort? We need to know. We as taxpayers, especially when the government of the Republic of Liberia is moving our GST from 10% now to 13%, okay? And they're spending $200 million that we're getting in windfall. They're spreading it all around. The public sector wage bill has been increased from $315 million to $329 million. And in the 2027-2028 budget is going to $385, almost $400 million.
We got to brush up. We'll come to the budget. Let's stick with this thing real quick. We'll come back to it.
But they're correlated. They're correlated.
We got to move on. We on fast speed, Uncle Sam. Let's move on.
But they're spending our monies, and that there is no sense of transparency and accountability of where those monies are coming from and who authorized that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you got to share the show. We are getting there. It's getting interesting. I'm going to bring my brother Winfred Russell. Russell, Public Works said we saw the preliminary. He said preliminary design, right? This is a security project. It has security implication. We cannot speak to this. Are you kidding me, Mr. Russell?
Well, you know, that's hogwash, Stanton. I mean, it's very unfortunate that a government that should have a lot of professional people around and have a pretty strong and robust communication apparatus is fumbling like this. You know, they should be able to address this. They should have been able to nip this in the bud a long time ago. You know, and just talk about it, be open and transparent with the people. You know, so all of this, shielding and hiding and ducking and doing all of this sort of stuff and shuffling, and obfuscating and all of that. I mean, it's not necessary. It makes the government look bad, and they shouldn't be doing that. Come out, be open, transparent, forthright, and answer the question. Just answer. So there's no reason why the Minister of Public Works, we've been telling other groups that, hey, if you're going to be building a public project, an infrastructure project, it has to go through the Ministry of Public Works. It has to get the endorsement of the Ministry of Public Works. So we expect the Ministry of Public Works to know and approve all of the public projects in the country, just like we're encouraging the CMC political leader, Mr. Ability, to do. Okay, so we expect that they will have a running tally of all of the different public projects, relates to these projects. So for Minister Giddings to come public home or try to punt this issue and kick the can down the road, so to speak, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So the government should come out, or the public relations folks need to come out and address this issue, because
thank you.
It looks bad. It looks really bad.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brother Ross. So, Councilor, let's bring you in, sir.
Well, thank you, Stanton. I think that the president is being let down. I think that most times it's not about whether there is wrongdoing, but it's about how you communicate certain processes of government. And I want to go out on a limb here and say, I don't believe that there is any patent wrongdoing, and I want to see the evidence that proves that there is wrongdoing. However, the manner in which information is being managed about this project creates the impression in society that there is something to hide. And I think that that is problematic. As a matter of fact, I have some unofficial information, which again, through unofficial sources, we state that this property is government property, is now owned by the president. That's what I have. And I'm sure, Stanton, you may have come to that information as well. I'm also privy to information that says that this was something initiated during the Grigsby reign as a means of having accommodation for a presidential accommodation, not private presidential property. I have that information. But again, like I said, and to further buttress to some extent what Brother Russell said, when you have what is supposed to be a very sophisticated information machinery from within the presidency, the press secretary, the Ministry of Information, then you have the Ministry of Public Works, and we don't have a coherent narrative as yet, I think is a disservice to the president. Because the president himself cannot come to a press conference and start to field questions about this issue. Again, I'll end on this note. I want to believe that eventually when the real story is told, it will be vindicating of President Boycott, that there will be very clear narratives about why this property exists. I don't believe President Boycott went over there and took private money or stole money to build a presidential villa. Already people are saying it is worth 10 million. No one has done an assessment of the property. So we don't even know whether it is 300,000, 150,000, 500,000. People have already started ascribing value to the property. They say 10 million. And this is totally undocumented. And so I believe that very, very quickly, in fact, quite belatedly, but still very much necessary, the government needs to come out with a very coherent and truthful narrative about what is being constructed in FOIA, what is it for, and what is the financing related to it. But again, like I put out there, I have explicit confidence in the fidelity of the president, and I don't think there is any wrongdoing going on insofar as he is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will skip Fubi and go to Isaac. We have ministers, the press secretary, my sister Kula, the deputy minister of the executive mansion, Cooper Crack daughter. We have all of them giving different reasons. The brother said it's confident information he was sharing. Well, Kula said a government project. We heard her. She said it clearly, openly. But for the public work minister to confirm that he saw the preliminary design, people telling me Guinness just lied because Guinness were part of the building process. I'm getting information that Roland Guinness turned to be another bloody liar, like Gafwan. And now you say that security project, it has security implication. Man, come on now, I said, talk to me here, talk to me.
So, Stanton, if you look in the budget, the asset recovery is allocated or expected 10 million revenue. I think the asset recovery should not be looking all around the place. They can go right to FOIA. There's a 10 million revenue that they can get. Asset recovery should not be looking everywhere, anywhere. Just go to FOIA. There's a 10 million building there you can get. So, my people of God, can someone try to convince me any reason why a government will not want to come with the true story, but they are waiting certain time in the future to bring a true story? Can people of God, can someone help me? My good friend and brother Kanyo just spoke of the $18 million that World Bank gave the government. Happy. But there is some other money somewhere that the government said, no, the other good news, we're not talking right now. We'll wait for 2029, then we talk the good news. Okay, government, don't want to talk it. That's why we are not stupid people. You have something you call the national budget. There where you do all of your things from. All of us have seen it. There's no money there for any bidding for you. Any multilateral partner or bilateral partner doing something in the country, it will be announced. It will be a public record. It won't be a society horse. How is it possible? One government, first the project was ECOWAS project, the same government. Then next, the OAU project, the same government. Then next, a military project, the same government. Then next, a presidential villa. My people, how much stupid can we be to know that this is just plain corruption? You don't need to be so dumb to see it. One government cannot even tell you the good thing they are doing for you. We have been talking about this over and over. Gideon's go today again. He say, you know what? A military project, it gets security implication. Is this when in the Bible, when they talk about some suspicious things that will be happening sometime in the future, is that one of the things the Bible are talking about? Something that exists that nobody's going to understand what it is. Not even those in the government. But we have asset recovery that wants to recover assets.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you.
An asset that is so much vivid to be recovered. This government, and somebody said, let me just end on it, truth being told, if we had a real legislature, we should be having investigation in my mind that may likely lead to impeachment, because that is the height of corruption. It is a height of slap in the face of transparency and accountability. And this is an insult to the men and women of Liberia who barely have $2 a day to eat.
Thank you very much, Isaac. Let me bring you in, Fubi. Fubi, this is troubling. This is troubling. This is troubling. Nobody can speak to this issue. Nobody knows that they're putting it on the dead man because he can talk. But this is troubling, Fubi. Let's hear you.
Yeah, so initially when I spoke on this topic, when you brought it up the last time we discussed it, I said the government should be clear to the people and explain what it is. It's only fair to let the people know there is nothing to hide if you have something good doing. And I've been listening to the public work minister, and if he says that it has security implications, you know, you might have some of these things happening. There are some countries where you have security projects going on and they keep it quiet until it's finalized. So it's fair. And this is like pregnancy. When the woman is pregnant, the pregnancy will not go behind, will not go in her feet, will not go in her hand. The woman will deliver one day. So the project is on. They say it got security implication. Let the project be completed. They will dedicate the project. We will know the in and out. So for me, I don't think I will keep going back and forth. Since everybody is shying away from saying what is happening there, now more we finish. The woman will get in labor, she will go to the hospital, she will give birth, we know that twin, we know that boy, we know that girl. So I'll give the public works minister the benefit of the doubt. Since it has security implication, let's wait for the finalized project. When it's completed, like Brempo will get to know what it is. Thank you.
So the girl came home, she vomiting, she nauseated, she throwing up, she crying, she sleeping too much, her eye get yellow, she not eating, she losing weight. Her man say, you pregnant? No, I'm pregnant, 1 month pass. Her man say, you pregnant? No, I'm pregnant, 2 months pass. Her man say, but that thing I see here, you're not going to school again, or you get tired, or that you pregnant for colon grade? No, I don't even know colon grade, or that mean, I'm pregnant. Oh. Now what can you born baby? Where the baby come from? That's why you want to do the Liberian people. Ah, yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, this is complete. Listen, you got 4 ministers and more. They can tell the story. Are they 4? You got the chief of staff, Stikwa. You have Roland Guinness now, Daniel Sano, Kula Fufana, and that of this other guy, Kupokra daughter. 5 of them. They can't tell no story in the state. Let me ask you, Emmanuel, what's going on? Why did not? I mean, what's so? What are they hiding? What are they hiding, Emmanuel?
Well, I wish I was that smart to know what they're hiding, but one thing I know for sure is that, you know, when I live in Nigeria, most of the governors had a budget called security votes. That budget, nobody audited that budget. Nobody could ask questions about security vote budget. But today, the public works minister made a serious mistake because we know about this. So he want to put it to security that lie. That one would not hold. We know that $10 million was spent on that project already. So the bare fact that the minister of state for presidential affairs, that the wonderful minister who said he had no idea on our oath, and we have the public works minister flip-flopping on it. First of all, trying to get a journalist to sidetrack that question, that he didn't want them to bring it out in an interview, showed that there is something fishy and sinister going on here. Besides that, I think there was a report that there are EPS officer guarding that villa. So if we have EPS officer guarding that villa, it means that directive had come from the executive mansion for those guys to be up there. So someone knows what is happening, but they are being very, very economical with the truth. And that is serious. It's extremely serious. That villa is close to the border with Guinea. It's in a territory that we should be highly security conscious about. It's very close to where our president will go for a vacation, or he go out there in Foya. So someone should start giving you an answer. And I definitely agree with the panelist that says that I think it's ASIC. Says that the House of Representatives or the Senate should be having a public hearing. Because we cannot have a building that costing $10 million very close to in our president's hometown, and nobody on earth have an idea how that building appear in that place. It's very serious. So I hope our member of the legislature will take this serious and start to have hearing about it. Because I mean, a building just started to appear in the middle of the night with EPS officer guarding it. Nobody in the government have an idea. People are crisscrossing, giving us different information. That is something serious, and it should be investigated so someone can start giving us answers. I know someone said the president will not take it at a press conference. No, definitely that would be question number 1. If the president have a press conference today, I believe that will be question number 1 for the journalists, because somebody should give us answers to this, and it should be scary to every one of us that a massive structure is in that part of the country, and none of us have an idea about how it got there.
Again, I want to say, Manuel, thank you very much. I do believe that the government is intentionally lying. We can butter it. We can put cream on it. I love the mayo. We can put mayonnaise on it. The government is intentionally lying. And for our brothers, I don't think President Obama, I know about this. President Obama is fully informed. Who actually undertaking the project? Who they get $10 million out to? The President Obama's nephew. So the man, that nephew, Moba, that nephew to the president, you telling us they offer you a $10 million project money, and you tell the president didn't know. The people of Mumu, Colonel Gray, you are working at defense ministry. You want to tell me things that you so know, you don't know, but they just bypass you. Let's guy go and say, leave Conagray, don't let Conagray know they want you. Let's go to the other person. They made own nephew that we got on paper, on picture, on video at the executive mansion in a cabinet meeting. Can you tell us the president know about that project? It's been 6 months we've been talking about the thing. The president know about it yet. Hey, Conagray. Talk to me. Welcome to the show, Chief.
Stanton, J. Hairs could not have hidden anything from me because what's in my stomach remains there. It all makes me a security person. In all fairness, there's classification in democracy as well. Certain things are classified. Accept that and move on. This is not one of those irresponsible government that lollipop everything that they're supposed to be insidious, and then they start bringing everybody running their mouth. That's why it's so vexing, because people just can't get over this. They don't believe that kind of culture should exist. Yesterday, I heard somebody questioning that the budget of NSA, is up in the midst of the United States deploying forces in the region. People are not able to see that the NSA does not only exist for the Republic of Liberia, it's a regional instrument. People can't even use their mind to say, well, probably this is where, the surcharge in the budget. Liberia don't have that kind of money. But you don't need to know exactly the kind of operation NSA undertakes within our democracy. Everybody want to hear morning gossip. Because we're a gossip-driven society. Yes, that project. When one security school I went to, one of the guys who were facilitating, he said, I could be you and you don't know. Up to today, all of us in that class ponder over that statement. I could be you and you don't even know. There's possibility that this could be something that the president should know. He doesn't even know. That's what security is all about. My brother, will nurture that kind of society, that not everything that happens in government backyard, everybody should know and be talking about it. This one, it will remain that way and will stick. People will learn that culture to classify that information.
So if you are saying that I could be you and you don't know, and you're making this argument, you have Cooper Crab daughter, Colonel Crab, coming up and saying for the government. You didn't tell her to stop speaking. You have Daniel Sano, Ikimba, he said for Mana River Union. You didn't tell him to stop speaking. You have Press Secretary Kuda Fofana and said, no, this is not for Joseph Boakai, that the government people paying for it. You didn't tell Kuda Fofana to stop speaking. But you're telling me I could be, no, let me finish now. Let me finish. These are people, you are not in the executive mansion. But you are not in the executive mansion, though. You don't know, right? They are informed, right? Let me give you the story, Colonel Gray. And let's be fair. President Boakai is fully informed. President Boakai screamed at, what's the guy name? The late Grisby on this project. If you tell the Liberian people that they build this thing in the backyard of President Boakai Foya and he doesn't know about it, it means the president is not in charge. But I'm going to leave you right there and I'm going to move on because we got to go. It's 5:38. It is concerning. I hope the government people not listen to you because you just condemned the entire government. Akaris Gray, let's hear you.
No, it's shameful, man. Look, that's the president Basilica that is being constructed in Foya. We got to stop this hypocrisy. Very dangerous. You take the Liberian people money, you go and build somewhere, then you say security. Listen to Gideons today. He was so embarrassed. A guy who should qualify a construction work. At any point in time, you're running Musa ability here about construction work. But the other one time he would say, oh, that security project. Team are asking security project. He said, has security implication. Okay, only the mansion can speak on it. Who the spokesperson for the mansion? Kuda Fofana. Who the spokesperson for the government? The Ministry of Information. They spoke on the subject matter. Yet everyone's saying they take our money and put it on the NSA, take the money and put it on the EPS, okay, to build party headquarters across the country, and to build $10 million home, and building another one in Virginia area there, Broadville. You're building another one Marshall area. Then you're expanding the home at Dupo Road. People are all passing around here, President. We are getting 40 condominium, pure exaggeration. But the other president about that condominium, the basilicas, presidential basilicas in the forest, in the jungle, as if to say that some kind of nuclear weapon, they come and blast Liberia, so we got to take the president in the nuclear protected area. That's what it seems to be. And people want to sugarcoat it, or you know, security issue, and you can't talk about it, you know, this, that. What kind of security issue? Who running behind President Boyka here for him to go buy $1.1 million bulletproof vehicle? Who want to kill him? Nobody. Nobody running behind anybody in the country that can't kill them. Okay, let's be real with ourselves. Nobody running behind President Boyka. So you go, you build one area in the jungle down there. I hate to say that some castle you building after your presidency to go in it. That nuclear weapon they will put on it, you will survive. No, let's be serious, man. Sometimes I don't really want to talk about this, to be frank with you, because it's embarrassing. Anybody who defends
Thank you very much. Let's go. We are getting gradually, we are moving towards the budget. This is embarrassing. Kev, welcome to the show. Let's hear you quickly.
Stanton, thank you. Let me say hi to everybody. Liberia is on the crossroad. I listened to the retired Colonel Remy Gray. He said, you could be who or whatever he said, and the president may not know. But let me ask a question. Who the national security report to, national security advisor? Who they report to? So how can the national security know about some projects, or that project is under national security? You know, and Sam Jackson, you get an idea in this era. Who you report to, not to the president? How can the president of the whole republic don't know anything about the subject matter of the national security? How can the president don't know? So who in charge? Liberia is on the crossroad. We're looking at the EPS guiding a place. The EPS there. Then you say the president don't know nothing. Can you say right here? What can you say? Oh, it's not illegal. They're building it. Maybe for the government. Then we ask the question: what budget line in the 2025 budget or 2024 budget? What budget line can you show us that money coming from? That 10 million. So the president just building place. Then we ask and we wonder why the NPA is not contributing to the budget. There you go. That's where the money is spending. So if you look at the 2026 projected budget, 0 for Sekou Doucouré. So if you're looking for that money, going for ya.
Thank you very much, Kev. Let me say this to all of you. We want to say thank you again for taking this ride with us. It's always good to have you. It's always good to have you in our studio by way of your computer, your radio station, and everything. Thank God we have the voices of Liberia on the Sekou Sharif relaying all of our program. We send a shout out to Sekou and his team. We want to say you can find us on Fabric, on Super, yes indeed, on Spoon FM. We'd love to have you. We'd love to get you engaged and involved. We want to say thank you. Listen, you will hear this over and over. And again, Ronan Genny said these stuff. It's a security project. It has security implication. He saw the preliminary design. All the guys, then they are covering up. Then we're going to ask Kofi Woods, National Security Advisor, did you inform the president of this project? Then we're going to go ahead and ask the Chief of Staff, Sam Steve Kwai, what you know about the project. He said, my people are doing nothing. Then we'll go to Kula Fofana. Jeremy Pierre is running away from every question because he doesn't want to be a lesson. Somebody should be prosecuted if a next government come in. They should chase somebody and jail them. Because this is criminal in nature. We got to stop playing this little game. Is the president informed? Hell yeah, Joseph Boakai know about the project. Ain't nobody gonna be, listen, why people so afraid to tell the president say you're wrong? Don't never be afraid to tell your president he's wrong. Once you can tell the president you did a good job, thank you. Tell the president you're wrong if the president wrong. Joseph Yema Boakai Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, Dr. Ambassador Boakai, he knows about the project. He's fully informed. But they choose not to speak because they got no explanation. If you answer one question, Fubi, they will go to the next question. Yeah, we know about the project. What's the bidding paper on the PPCC? Was it single sold? Who you get the project to your nephew? What your nephew name? How much you get your nephew? The people won't run away, but they can't run away. This is Unity Party Uno Joey Forte Condominium. Your Mercedes happy. They were trying to find reason that Fubi to cover up for $10 million, $10 million to cover up. Now, here's the issue, and we'll learn on this one. Emmanuel, what are that $1? What are that 10 billion? The government not talking, the people go with 10 billion. What are that $1 for the project? What are that 10 million? The government refused to tell the Liberian people, so the Liberian people would buy into the 10 million, and it's true, it's 10 million. That they can show us document and tell us otherwise, that 10 million project. Joseph Boakai got an answer for it. The Liberian people would demand answer from President Boakai, not Roden Giddings. They would demand answer from President Boakai, not Kula Fofana. President Boakai must speak to this $10 million project, not Sam Stikwa, the chief of staff. The president have to speak to it, not Daniel Sano, not Jeremy Pierre. The president is in his county. It's in his backyard. He got to be clean with the Liberian people. You know about the project, Mr. President? Did you get a project to your nephew, Mr. President? He got to answer. Whether he answer now or you will answer after he leaves power, we will stay asking. We'll stay asking. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Make progress. Let's move on. I mean, we know this other story been around. We get into this budget thing. We know that this other story been around, right? Yes, it's important though. We saw that a senator, I think Edwin Snow, raised this issue out today. And the union at LBS, they're saying Fagon took casino to LBS. Any one of you guys heard this story? It's kind of new to me though. Fubi,
yeah.
You heard it before? I'll come to you. Let me ask the UP supporter there. Kanye, you heard this story? Fagon took casino to LBS, the LBS director, Union Fagon. Nelson, can you give me her picture, please? Somebody give me Fagon picture. I don't have it. Nelson, can you give me Fagon picture? Fubi, did you hear the story that Fagon took, you opened a casino at LBS?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, Kanye, you heard the story too?
No, I watched it. People talking about this, but again, I haven't seen it, and I haven't seen any evidence of it. But it would be good to share what you have.
What do you think? I have something every day. You at the Capitol building, you work here as chief of staff to the representative. You all put it on.
Well, you're the one with the Spoon Network and all of the reporters that go all around and the CIA connection. So you should have the
Uncle Sam, let's hear you though. And I really want to thank God we get Kanye here, right? Whether it's legal. So I got into it. We woke up this morning. Folks at LBS, they are mad. Snow discussed there on the floor that the company is Blue Star 590 Library from Ghana. That's the company, that the library company. Fagon single-handedly went into an agreement with them and they opened a casino. And the pictures, it's all in the chat room now. There's a casino at LBS. I called Fagon, maybe he's sick, he didn't answer, but that's the picture right there. Fagon opened a whole casino at LBS. It's illegal though. We shouldn't condemn it early, but it's illegal. They didn't follow the process. I'm confused. Let's listen to Fagon. Let's listen to him.
I said, I can't make it. He said, but then you cannot go. I said, no, there's a way out. Something has to happen. Yeah, something happened. They are paid, I think, 1,600. If you don't ask, they will not give you. That's why my father said, if you go to Zimbabwe, you see the lady standing, you don't ask, you will not get it. You have to ask. They will either tell you yes or no. Eh?
But now we have to ask.
No, in Liberia you have to ask because they have some law for rape.
Oh, okay.
It's this time that the new Inspector General of Police is not allowing people to use the law to put people in jail. First, as soon as they say Clement you rape, they grab you straight in jail. This time, if you say Clement rape you, they will say how, when, where, how did it happen? Is there any camera? Is there any alibi?
So Fagon says something which is important. I hope you guys listen though. After this Larry conversation, Fagon said the new Inspector of Police is now allowing the people to use the law to put people in jail. I hope you heard that. He said that. But let's stick with the casino issue. Fagon is standing in Ghana talking to the people. The same Blue Star that he took to Liberia, they open a casino. My fellow Liberian, maybe this is good. Or can anybody help us understand, is this the right thing to do? If I'm going to get casino at LBS, let's read this. This is a memo that was sent out. Distinguished members of Committee on Information Broadcast Culture and Tourism, predicated on the communication from Senator Snow that ELBC management is allegedly carrying on gambling activities at its institution. The plenary of the Senate has requested that we conduct on-site investigation tomorrow, which is November 12th. Nelson, please be there at 10 a.m. Thanks, Senator Samuel Koga. Uncle Sam, what say you?
Before I talk about that, I just need 10 seconds to say this thing about the thing in FOIA. If it's for Joseph Boakai, we will know. So he leave the presidency, whether he will retire there.
Uncle Sam, clear your throat. Clear your throat, Uncle Sam. You standing by. Call small. Do clear your throat. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you better now.
Okay, so you who will live long, I may not be around, but when Joseph Boakai leave the presidency, either for the government Liberia, he will turn it over to the and the new president will be going to FOIA to spend vacation there. If he takes it for himself, then we will ask him where you got the money from to build it because he said you were living alone.
Thank you very much. Let's get back to the Fagon issue. What say you? The memo went out there.
I will use my time as I want to use it.
I'm saying we're on the topic, not as you want. Then we'll come back to you. We got to talk about the casino thing. What you say about the casino thing, Uncle Sam?
So somebody I trust texted me about the casino business, and I put in the chat room somebody that I trust, a high-level individual. Look, I don't know what is going on, but all the mob that are using Fangonga, he has to come up publicly and explain this thing, because if it is true that he has a Ghanaian or a Nigerian casino on LBS property, government-owned land, that is troubling. That is very troubling, extremely troubling. I'm glad they're having a hearing tomorrow, and I don't know where these young people have come up with all these ideas to enrich themselves. They're not worried about their future, how it's going to play out. I'm so sad. But Fagon, you need to come and explain to Liberian people whether you put Nigerian or Ghanaian casino on LBS land. That is extremely important.
Thank you. Russell, what's happening here? I mean, is the government so broke now we're hustling from all over? What's going on?
It doesn't make sense to me, someone who has an understanding of media operations and all of that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever why the Liberia Broadcasting System will be putting a casino within its complex. So someone needs to help this make sense to me, because it doesn't make for what purpose? I mean, why would he be doing this? I mean, there are so many other creative ways to raise money than building or setting up a casino in this communication infrastructure, that system. So it still hasn't made any sense to me. I heard about it. I've reached out to try to get more information about it, and I've not been able to get anything tangible or substantial about why that may be the case. So, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me at all, Stanton.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go to Councillor Bala.
Yes, Stanton. Well, again, I always like to avoid what I call the catfishing and deal with the issue on the substantive. And that is what I'm going to do in this situation. I'm going to avoid the whole conversation of saying that because it is government, therefore it is bad. And because it is not government, therefore it is good. I would like to deal with this issue on the merits and on the basis of the law. Can a public entity sublease a portion of its property? That is the legal question. There may also be a moral question. That moral question can be answered morally, because the question of betting, etc., can be approached from a moral standpoint. But if we're asking a legal question, then there are several things to put on the table. Number one, it is possible and legally acceptable for a public entity to sublease a portion of its property. The law provides for that, provided that certain grounds are met. What are those grounds? For example, if a board exercises authority over that entity, the board of the entity must approve. If they are entering into a lease that ought to be competitive, PPCC must pass on it. The Ministry of Finance also have a role to play in review, because revenues generated must go to the consolidated coffers of the government. The Ministry of Justice also has a fiduciary role. So to sum up, legally speaking, can a public entity sublease its property? Absolutely yes, if these conditions are met. However, there is a moral component that folks are using to gaslight the situation. The moral component is that this is about gambling. Therefore, morally, it is bad. Now, if morally it is bad, may I end? May I end my statement?
Yes, sir.
May I end my statement?
Go ahead.
May I end my statement?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
As I indicated, and I've answered that question per law, not by sentiment, not by opposition government issue, but by what the law says. An entity of government can sublease provided it meets the legal requirements. And that's what the law says. We can talk about the moral aspect of gambling. That's a separate conversation. And I'll rest on that. Thank you.
So real quick, before I bring Asa and Graydon in, right? Real quick, can you point to the legal doctrine that may support this? Have you seen it before?
Absolutely. I've just itemized them for you. Number one, the governance of the entity. If there's a board that exercises oversight, normally the board is what passes on capital.
My question, sir, have you seen a gambling entity in any one of those ministries, a gambling institution, a gambling place in any one of the finance ministry, LTA? Have you seen it before?
Anywhere on the planet.
No, but look, let me respond to a question. I was asked a question. Let me respond to the question. I was asked a question. Let me respond. Don't interrupt me. There are 5 of you here to counter every single thing I say. So, in fact, I should be given the opportunity to respond 5 times so that 5 of you can respond to what I say. I was asked a question. Let me respond. All right. I think that question is grossly unfair, CEO, because the issue at bar here is not whether you have seen a gambling entity on public land, because government property may not necessarily be situated where the ministries are. What if the Ministry of Finance are laying in Pinsville? It is still government property, and it decides to sublet that land to a gambling entity. The core issue is, does the entity have the right to sublet or to contract out that land? And I maintain the law provides for it. We can have a conversation on the morality of it, or to what extent is the presence of that gambling entity interrupting or subverting the purpose of the government institution. I think we can have a conversation, but for us to have that conversation, it must be supported by the facts. Is this gambling entity at LBS impeding the function of LBS? Is it within the fence such that is diverting attention for the function of LBS? Where exactly is this property that LBS has subcontracted to this particular gambling outfit? We need to ask those questions. But because when somebody says gambling, normally there's a moral component that is raised, automatically people are all up in arms. And then the situation becomes exploited for obviously political reasons. So before we cast aspersions, all autonomous agencies or so that exercise control, they got the right to serve you.
Thank you very much, guys. We got to go real quick, Uncle Sam. We got to bring in the rest of the guys.
Okay, Counselor, I'm not a lawyer, even though I have 3 lawyer daughters and I'm married to a lawyer, but I beg you, please educate me. The land the way LBS is sitting, who owns that land?
That's an interesting question. I will presume that it is government land.
Don't presume. Don't presume. You must say
that. Make your point. We cannot do the back and forth. The others got to speak.
Presume. You cannot. You must say definitively who owns the land by law. By law, who owns the land?
We'll have to meet you, Kanyo. I want Uncle Sam to speak because we got to move on. Uncle Sam, make your point.
I'm asking Kanyo, the land that LBS sits on, who is the owner of that land? Government of Liberia or LBS?
Okay, Uncle Sam, Kanyo will answer when we get back to him. We got to go to Isaac. Isaac, let's talk about the issue. Isaac. Now we understand that it's a gambling center.
Well, I know that Falcon was on tape the last time complaining of not getting money to run his station, but I didn't know things have gone so bad that you would turn the entire place to a gambling site. I thought LBS should be focused on letting the people know what is going on in the country, but now it does seem you go to LBS, you play gamble too. I think it's a disgrace, and we shouldn't be bringing our public entities to such ridicule. Imagine if you were to have a country where everywhere you pass, you see people throwing ludo dart, people playing. Like, what kind of a country is that? And I think this is one of the places where the lawmakers have taken the right step to investigate exactly what's going on. And I would like to say, if it is certain that people playing gamble at LBS and they have Fagon and his people taking money from there, that will be the real definition of what they call money laundering. Recently, they were talking about somebody deposit money, they take that here. You do an illegal thing, you take money from there, you put it in your account just to conceal where it came from. If we had a real government that meant to actually fight crime, meant to fight corruption, these are the real things they will be going after. Unfortunately, we just have the government that wants to go after you once you don't support them. How come we've come to a place, LBS been existing for how many years now? For many, many years. How come 2025 LBS not turned to a gambling site? How come? Have things gone so bad that there is no money to run the place now, that the only thing you think you want to do is to tell people to bring Ludo Dash to the people playing gamble, where the children are supposed to be doing news and things? And you know the thing about leadership and power, if you are the head involved into these things, a lot of the other little guys tend to follow simply because they want to be in good rapport with you. But if you were to go down in their mind to find out what they think about it, you would know that they don't appreciate it. The very professional men and women at LBS were not like such a thing. But this is where we are now. Everything in the country is taking a different trend. Who would have ever thought any day that LBS of all will be a place where people go and play gamble? Who would have thought that? Well, if you want to see people playing gamble, go to LBS now. You will see people all around the place throwing little dart, throwing this. What kind of a thing is that? Places the LBS need to regain what they should be doing and not making. Why should we be on the show talking about gamble and LBS? Why?
Yeah, but something strange happening though. And again, let me go to Chief Fubi. Chief Fubi, have you heard it before? Maybe I haven't. Can this happen? Why is it happening? Who authorized Fagon? Who is the board chair? Is that Jeremy Pierre? Did Jeremy Pierre sign up on the document and say bring gambling people in LBS compound? Who gave Fagon the lesson? It's under the office of the vice president, Jeremiah Kwankum, right? The library, the gambling lesson. What's going on? Is that place so drained that President Boubacar okayed this thing, that Fagon can operate a gambling center, another casino that, people after government can go over there and drink? Because it's like a bar. It's like a bar. People go to drink. The next day will be a go-go bar. They will have a pole, and the women will be stripping over there. Because Fagon said the place will never be the same, and you are kissing somebody. And Fagon is my brother, but seriously, this is not too far from a strip joint. And you can ask Winfred Russell, he's always going to the strip joint. He knows that play very well. This is not too far from a strip joint. You know that. The way the people go and strip, and you understand that. And you cannot. You see Winfred shaking his head? I don't know whether you hear me, but he's saying, yeah, he agrees with me. This is not too far, Fubi. The next thing we'll see with naked women all over LBS saying that they go, to gamble, and this is wrong. I don't know, Fubi. Talk to me. Talk to me.
It's like you are picking in my mind. LBS will never be the same again. And definitely it's not going to be the same again. So, but on a serious note, there was a good question asked. And who authorized Fagon to lease the place out for gambling? Where did he get the authority from? Who all did he speak to? Did he speak to the board? Did the board give an express opinion and approval? Did he share the information with his colleagues, other directors that are under him in management meeting to say, look, this is the direction, and they all consented? Those are questions that Fagon needs to answer. And it's sad that, and then the guys are supposed to start operation on Thursday officially, and without the express approval of those that you are giving the approval, and without the consent and view of his own management team. So this is something that you can have, the entity can have the authority to lease or sublease, like Kanye was saying, but it's not to the discretion of the director general to decide that. You have a board that govern the entity. You have a management team that you also work with. All of these people should be in the know, and you have to give their approval so that you are fully covered. So you don't even do some of these things. So this is something that he needs to clear up. And I think he said he ordered the country for a while on sick leave. Probably he doesn't have an answer to this, and I think he needs to come back before the guys reopen. The guys officially open on Thursday. And it's good that the Senate has decided to launch an investigation to go there formally to see, and then they'll be using the theater. And that's something I don't think is in the right direction for the country, to have the DG deciding on what to do at his own will, his own volition. Thank you.
So you are right, it's opening on Thursday, and this is in the main TV and radio complex.
Yeah.
So Emmanuel, it's in the main TV and radio complex of LBS. It's right there. It's in the main TV and radio complex of LBS. Now where the people that going to gamble, and when you gambling, you are drinking. So is the liquor allowed? And when you are drinking, you're not going alone. You're going with your tintin. So would that be allowed also? And you are smoking your weed and your cigar, and you're taking coach. What's going on with President Boyka government. For them have opened a strip joint, a naked women area to go party. For them will be saying Modelo, you will be selling Guinness, you will be saying club beer. Are we kidding? This is Emmanuel. What's going on with that, bro? What's going on here?
When you give a sensitive place like the national broadcast station, a budget of 1.5 million and 76% of that budget recurring expenditure, then you are asking people to make bricks with all straw. And if you ask them to make bricks with all straw, they will think up a way to make that brick. During Chatino Town, they say they play you that good, I will go and eat. Where it will develop. So I think that's a situation happening here. I don't know the full story. The optics is bad. It doesn't look good for our government to have that in there. But I think Director Falcon is trying to be innovative to raise money for her organization. And I don't think this is the best decision, in my opinion, to bring a casino into a sensitive place, the national broadcasting system. Conor Gray was talking about security. I think he will speak to that when he comes to security issue. This raised a lot of red flag, especially in African countries. And our country history, for example, when the very first place of attack during the various revolution we have seen has been a national broadcast station. I know now we have a lot of different radio stations in the country, but LBS have always been the first line of attack. When the Kuwangba coup took place in 1985, it was LBS they went to take over first, and they started to run their propaganda. So for you to have a casino within the Liberian broadcasting system, it raises a lot of red flags. But again, when you have a situation where you give people authority and you are not willing to fund that authority, they try to come up with different ideas that will work for them. The second thing that I would like to raise here is that when our nation start to depend on casino to either raise money or for hope, it shows the hopelessness of our situation. It shows that there's no innovation in a system that we can think about other means of raising money, but to gamble our way through this process. And we cannot run a country through gambling. It won't work. It have not worked in the past. It won't work now. And that's why when we see the budget, we are excited. But when you see institutions struggling and bringing out ideas that are close to non-productive, it now speaks to this budget and tells us that there is not much innovation in this budget. And again, as my political leader, Mr. Cummings, would say, is that we need innovation. We need a lot of thoughts. We need a lot of ideas to raise our money internally and to be able to move our country to where it should be. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my friend. Let me bring in my brother, Akaris Gray. Akaris, what's going on with your friend, brother Fagon? Was he authorized to do this still? Is Jeremy Pierre, who is on the board as chair for LBS, did they authorize him to do this?
But LBS will never be the same. It speaks volume when the director himself says that LBS will never be the same. No, Stano, it's not easy to get 1.2 billion out of budget or 1.1 billion out of budget. You got to look everywhere. GST going out to 13%. The GST, 13%. LBS got to find money. So Fagon now has opened a theater in violation of the code of conduct, where they will be selling liquor, broad day, and cigar and other things in a government entity. The code of conduct does not permit the sale of alcohol during work hours. It's a clear-cut violation. So selling alcohol, they're drinking, having cigar and merrymaking is a violation. No agreement, no contract with any entity can allow you to do that. It's a violation of the code of conduct. Like you said, I saw some pictures. I mean, I don't want to say it, and I will not say it. But indecency is being portrayed to the maximum. It's good that the councilor talk about the issue of morals. We don't want our kids who will go there for internship to be seeing those kind of things. Because you know the Christmas season coming around, a lot of kids go there for internship. The theater that the government boasted of, that they have faced, is the best. We use this for the purpose of the station, that where the people can go and be merry-making and smoking and drinking. They will burn that theater down with cigar. It's very dangerous. There's no argument about that. If revenue is being generated, is the LRA informed about that? Does the LRA have a seat or some table there to collect the necessary revenue? Where is it deposited? If LBS is a revenue generation arm of government, are they captured in the budget? These are technical questions. These are legal issues that we're raising, like the council raised legal issues. These are technical legal issues that we are raising, but what does it say about the rescue government? Everywhere, even land ministries and agencies that are not revenue generation arm are generating revenue now to maintain their institutions. Budget are just number. Somebody can put $1.2 billion and they may not even get 800 million. But the fact of the matter here is that, my man, you all know Eugene Fagon, the man left balling. Maybe the mayor told him, I also that one group they call Blue Star, 590. You know that no more time, gambling, lottery, casino, and all of those things. They say that Blue Star running in now. There's a group called Blue Star that been in the business for some time, very long time. Okay, so they're doing lottery there, they're doing a casino there, everything you think about. So, I mean, everything chakla now in the country, everything just poor. Everything just poor. The guys don't know their function, they pretend that why the board call them multi-bands.
Thank you.
Pure multi-bands.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Kev, let's hear you on this conversation. Fagon is your brother. But this is horrible.
Yeah, the whole world know that Fagon, he's my brother, but what I can say, clearly, Fagon will never take that lottery place without the consent of the vice president and the president. They know. That I know for sure. Everything that happening, they know. Fagon will tell them. They know everything that happened at LBS. So no way that Jeremiah Kuhn and President Boakai don't know. So they're aware of that gambling and stuff that at LBS. He will never do it without telling them. So they know. They sanction it. This is where our country heading to. So they know. That's why I will stop. For now. They know. The president and the vice president.
Okay, thank you. Conor Gray, let's hear you. What you think going on here, Conor Gray?
You know, Stanton, Fagon made it clear that LBS will never be the same, and it has never been the same since he got there. LBS is one of the most viable arms of this government. In fact, it's more functional than the Ministry of Information, where they have Marcos and all that stuff coming from. Fagon has really transformed that place. You know, the United States, when it was moving to legal marijuana, all the moralists in the world started juggling. Today, that's one of the most viable sectors in terms of revenue generation. People say people do this stuff, they hide. Why not open it? Society is moving forward. You talk about Liberia has a lottery system that was founded, by law. An act of legislature created a national lottery. It could be an arm of that. Look, when I went to the University of Liberia, that government entity, they subleased certain area where we used to call student center. Everything went there. We used to go play gamble. We used to go there and drink alcohol. We're students. But sometimes that's what we call urbanization. When you're moving society to another level, stop looking at it like the Stone Age people. We're still thinking this back. When we hear gambling, the first thing that comes to mind was God. Now everybody subscribe to your God. You should accept that. That's the multiplicity and the veracity of humanity. You know, I know you make notes. Does that casino interfere with the operation of LBS? You would not know that. You would not say yes, because that LBS today is one of the most functional areas of society. So let's stop being archaic. You know, you see somebody moving with their stud in their ear, you think they're gay or thing. You know, like we step backward with Stone Age.
So you agree that it's a good thing, right? To you, it's a good thing.
No, if the National Lottery decide to sublist a place and run its operation and pay taxes to government, that revenue generation.
So so you agree that the TV studio. That's the only thing that, no. Listen. Let me ask my question. Let me ask my question. Let me ask you my question. Great. Allow me to ask you my question without fussing. Are you trying to show you if Great, don't interrupt me. Great, you can't interrupt me. Let me ask you my question. We're forcing. We're yet to discuss.
We're not forcing.
Exactly. I allow you to finish. If you don't want me to ask you my question, I won't ask you. But you cannot interrupt me when I'll take my question, but let me make my statement. Yeah, remember this? It's not vestation to you. We can't talk. Yeah, don't interrupt and try to think that somebody beating you. The information coming from LBS grade, you don't know. It is in the TV room. Great.
Oh my
it is there. Great. Let me finish. The people that I'm said, the people that said are working there, these are the people that are giving all the information. The lawmaker are going there tomorrow. They will finalize it. The press will be there and will take picture. So you cannot say no, you're not there. When we get the information, they are first-hand information. We just don't jump on and say it. So out of the blue, you say no, but you're not there getting any information. But let me make my point.
For you to run a TV operation.
Great. Let me make my point. Let me say this. I just inquired, and maybe Jeremy Pierre, the information minister, will speak to this, Emmanuel. They say he didn't know. He got no clue. If anybody knows Jeremy Pierre, please reach out to him. I said, Jeremy Pierre didn't know. If I go and tell it, we got the company Blue Star 590.
Yeah.
The website, we have the information. The group, the union, they are complaining. They went to the lawmakers, they are complaining. They complained to Jeremy Pierre, he said he didn't know. Can anybody ask Jeremy Pierre off camera, and maybe he will answer you whether he got any knowledge? If the board chairman saying that he doesn't know what is happening, it is even more concerning. If the board chairman saying that he really said, I don't know. And we are seeing in the gambling hall. We are seeing in the gambling hall, 590 little ball.
Yeah, 590, 5%.
We are seeing in the gambling hall. And you are looking at, listen, guys, this is ridiculous. I don't know how you intend to defend a woman.
That's a canteen.
Okay, excuse me, Brother Gray. Excuse me, Brother Gray. Please don't interrupt me. Not to your own. Let me tell my own. I'm begging you, sir. Please. I know you will fight, but hold on 1 minute. My fellow Liberian, anybody have seen this before? That we bring casino to the ministry. Maybe they're going to take it to final ministry. They will take it to the Capitol building. They will take it to the police station.
But
have you seen this before?
When you say maybe, there are 3 of them. I
don't want to speak on something that I know. I'm begging you. Because what the guys are doing now, you see, Emmanuel, the casino machine, the slot machine, right, Uncle Sam? They take 2, 3 of them and put it in the ministry. So when you're on your break, you go blah, blah, blah. You put your money inside, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're doing. The government are gambling government. The government is gambling. The government are telling the casino government.
No, Stanton, the fact that somebody will sit down here and back it tell me that they're thinking about groveling. Even you can be rich in America, but you still want to come home and force So you will do anything. Because we thought, oh, say, man, I work here, I got a job in America. But you work here, you got a job in America, you always running here to kind of look for a job and backing every foolishness that is happening in the country here to make the government that in power to favor you to do something.
Who running for job? Yeah. You?
So we're
you are the one running for job. You always running for job. Have you seen me there?
Working where?
You always asking people, you know, you always standing with officials of government for job. Do you see me there? You will not see me running for job.
On the note, I'm going to say thank you guys. We gotta move on. Thank you guys.
Segment called Crossfire.
We gotta get to the budget. When the guys.
That's why you gotta think about a segment called Crossfire.
But that's why you talk to people, oh, you're being unfair.
No, we gotta move to the budget. Let's discuss the issue of that. We're not do that. We're not do that. I want to say to all of you, we are doing pretty well. Both Uncle Sam and that of Honorable Gray. They are our friends, they are our police.
They should come back at the end and fire that.
We will not do that, guys. Let's close on the last topic, which is the budget. Right? This will be our last topic for today, which will be the budget. We're going to give you the time, right? Explain 2 minutes each what you make about this budget generally. Take any part you want to take from there. And then we engage each other to ask questions. There's a lot to discuss. Sorry, we cannot get to them all. We got to leave 7 p.m. today. But explain, take your side. To me, the entire budget is some rubbish, and the finance minister took it back again. It has one small good thing in it, some yama here and there. But why did he take the budget back? Why he record the budget and make the correction? So what's your best thing you want to discuss? Send me anything you want to upload. I will upload it. And I think the government is in some serious, you know what, with the whole budget issue. No here, no tay. Prince Moi, Gafwan, Speaker, Deputy Speaker, the executive mansion, they're not chakla. They make this thing look ugly. They call it numbers that is not realistic. They're fighting to connect. It's not connecting. They take it from Peter, they give it to Paul. They say we reduce our budget, but in all the other lines, they put the money inside and to eat it back. It's horrible, my people. Let's give it the best of our time. Musa Belite spoke about this budget issue today. I know Musa Belite supported a signed contract with him for 4 years. Uncle Sam Jackson, a consultant now to Musa Belite. I don't know whether he have joined CMC. Uncle Sam, you take the first shot. Generally, what you make about this budget? What are your concerns?
Okay, great. Okay, first of all, this is a fictitious budget. Fictitious for the following reasons. They're based on $228 million.
Uncle Sam, I'm begging you, Uncle Sam, sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to go ahead. I'll be back by God's grace. Winfred Russell, if you can you take over the show? Are you with us, Winfred? All right. Mr. Russell is lost in May-Air. We'll let Emmanuel do us the honor to take over the show. Emmanuel, please take over the show and everybody will speak accordingly. You know how to do it. Please do. Please take over the show. I know it's the first time, but try your best and do it. The guys will help you.
Are we ending at 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, everybody will start closing. We are on the budget, the last topic. Okay. I gotta go to Bible study to pray for you guys. And I hope you can bear with me. Right? But it was a good show from my end, and I appreciate it all. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, I got some breaking news.
Yeah, I came by. What's the breaking news? I want breaking news.
I got some breaking news relative to that's why I was silent.
Russell, talk to me in the back.
Okay.
Then compare a quick note and let Emmanuel control the show. Go ahead, Eman.
Okay, Uncle Sam, you can continue.
No, I said this is a fictitious budget. A political leader called this a show-eating budget. It's a show-eating budget because the government of Liberia, the Unity Party people, wanted to be the first to reach this budget to $1 billion. So we don't know what they're doing with Mittal Steel, right? But they're taking a corporate generosity of $200 million. We don't know whether they're mortgaging, what is going, but $200 million. And a corporate entity does not go ahead and sink money into a project without what? Looking for returns. Then number two, they got some contingency there, $10 million for asset recovery. Not one case of asset recovery has been adjudicated, but they're putting $10 million there for asset recovery. And then another $18 million in that budget from the Liberian Petroleum Refinery Regulatory Authority on contingent signing bonuses from Orento and what the plan is in Total. Okay, but here is another very troubling issue.
30 seconds, I'm saying.
Okay, 17 out of 18 state-owned enterprises in the annex of the book did not produce one financial record for the period. 17 out of 18. 17 out of 18. They increased the legislative budget from 41 million all the way to like 50 plus million dollars. NSA did not produce any achievement, but their budget was increased by 44%. Clearly.
Thank you, Uncle Sam.
Clearly, ladies and gentlemen, and according to our political leader, this is a sure-eating budget. It is not based on reality. It's not sustainable because in 2027 and 2028, it goes back to where it was before.
Thank you, Uncle Sam. Thank you. Appreciate that. Councilor Bala, what's your take on this budget?
Well, thank you. Thank you, Dr. George. As I indicated yesterday, when we started this conversation about the budget, I maintain that this budget is a groundbreaking budget in many respects. The difference between my position and the position of most of those critiquing the budget is that we don't operate from the position that all is well. Because mind you, Liberia is one of the poorest countries in the world. All is never going to be well with us. However, what ordinary people want to see, objective Liberians want to see, is that there are incremental changes for the positive in our budget, and therefore by extrapolation or externalization, there are positive changes in the country. That's what we want to see. And I'm maintain that this budget is progressive in that respect, without even mentioning the fact that for the very first time since post-conflict Liberia, we've seen dollar amounts assigned to the office of the president and the vice president decrease. That has never happened before. It's the first time a president budget has reduced and the vice president budget has reduced. I think that is good. Beyond that, I just want to quickly draw your attention to social services and what has happened in regards to the budget. The health sector, in 2025, we had 91.3 million allocated. In 2026, this proposed budget, we have 101.7 million allocated. What that means is there's an increment of more than $10 million going to the health sector. Where is this increment going to? It is going to hospitals in the rural areas like Jackson Dole, amongst others. It is going towards medical supplies, amongst other things. My time over already?
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Then let me just wrap up my 30 seconds very quickly. Education budget has increased from 119 million to 132 million. 6 million going to UL to revitalize UL, digitize UL, provide internet services. Additional funding going to the only medical school, AM Dogliotti, under that increase in education of 13 million. Water and sanitation, 24 million to 78 million. Establishing pipe-borne connections. We saw the connection in Cape Mount and Bomi. Now they're extending it to the southeast as well. Social protection, 12 million to 16 million. We talk about the drug scourge. How do you deal with at-risk youth? More money has gone there. The drug issue, the DEA budget has more than doubled, 145%. So before, their budget has increased twofold, which signals that the government is prepared to tackle the issue of drugs. I just saw today that we arrested a huge cache of drugs beyond the DEA. Even immigration increased. So as I conclude, I know there's not much time, and there is just me, very objective about our country, and there's a lot of other people very much on the other side, but there are very good things, and I hope we can have the chance to talk about them. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Bala. I will go down to ASIC, then come back to, after ASIC is Fubi.
So, congratulations to the government for $1.2 billion budget, a budget that represents more money in the pockets of President Barker and his people, and one that leaves little or nothing for the common person. So, you know, when we look at budget that is reflective of the common man, we look at the flow of the benefit of the budget to the people. So we want to look at those specific places where the people actually will benefit from. One of those places will be Ministry of Public Works, those kind of places, because if public work were to build more roads, the people will benefit. Now, when it comes to Ministry of State, for instance, I'm not sure how the budget will transition down to the people from Ministry of State. So I have a few points here, and I hopefully will take another day to go over the budget. Let's first get this straight off. The government, between the government and its panel, they expect to spend $1.4 billion next year. 1.2 is one included in the budget because the government has earmarked about more than 200 million for off-budget expenditure. And I was thinking, if you know you will do something, why not put in the budget? And they decided to make it off-budget all the way. So we wanted to make that one clear. The government's expectation of expenditure totally between government and partners is about 1.4 billion. Surprisingly, though, the government has put aside almost 280 million for off-budget expenditure. You want to think about that. 280 million is what the government put aside for off-budget. Another thing I saw in the budget that was of concern to me, the budget is in such a way that you will understand the economic classification, the entities and stuff. Now, where you get a spending entity, you expect to see Ministry of State, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Defense Post, the other agency, because those are entities that actually spend the money. Within there, they have something they call General Government Expenditure Budget. I'm not sure if that is a new entity they created. One who understand that probably they mean that would be money that government will spend genuinely. But everybody on this show should know, at least if you even go to K1, that budget being expended by government agency who pass through agency. It only come from nowhere. So, my man, I even go 1 minute, I look at my town. you hate me. I even go 1 minute. I started speaking 5:37, 5:38.
Yeah, 5:38.
So again, let me just go to the ones that I thought were very important. What is in this budget for the people? Please, my brother, you can't just take me off track. What is in this for the people? My brother, the NSA, President Barker's personal spending entity, got more money, more than JFK, more than Ministry of Agriculture combined. What security aspect have changed in our country for which NSA budget will increase from 13 million last year to 22 million this year? The very same time United Party said the Benin Party headquarters that will worth some 10 million, they have almost $10 million in NSA's budget. JFK that caters to everybody in Liberia. Ministry of Agriculture that should feed the economy combined got less money than what NSA get. I want this to sink and you think about it. Just go down.
Thank you, Isaac.
Go in the speaker budget.
Thank you.
The speaker budget has something that made me so laugh today and I was so falling on the ground. The speaker budget has 500,000 for playing music and drinking wine. 500,000.
Thank you, Isaac.
If you were to look at the budget, you want to ask what is there for the common man. How can the people of Liberia, Emmanuel, be paying the personal insurance for the speaker and the deputy speaker? How can Liberian taxpayer money be used to pay the personal insurance for the speaker and the deputy speaker?
Thank you very
all
much.
of which that support the government. I think
you.
this budget is a budget like Musa Berete called it, eating show budget. And it's a cow meat. I can see the burden are getting fat next year. They will get fat because they will chop.
Chief Fubi.
So yeah, so good is it's good that the government made a frantic effort to take the budget to $1 billion, even $1 billion, even though the plus 1.2 billion. And I know CMC issued a press statement. Mr. President made a good point about investing that 200 million into agriculture bank or so. That's a good point. But on the overall, and I also made a point earlier that Minister Gafuan and the team at Finance Ministry did a good job by taking down the budget and correcting it, and it was not wrong. And the budget figure that was misstated is not fraud and it's not overspending. Uncle Sam trying to say, oh, they overspend. No, it's not overspending. It's an error. So the budget figure, you don't spend the budget. It's the alternate that will show you whether you have used excess or less. So in the alternate did not go above what was budgeted. So we can't say the government overspent because the budget. When you're talking about the criticize you, I beg you. Let me talk.
Don't mislead them. Don't mislead them.
You will want misleading people. Don't tell me don't mislead. You don't want misleading people. You cannot see a budget figure and say overspend. You can't say that. You're wrong.
They said it.
You can't say that. You're wrong. I beg you, let me talk.
Can we just listen to Chief Harris, please? Yeah, go ahead, Fubi.
Yeah, the ministry made a mistake and stated that the approved budget was 975, and they corrected it and they put the actual figure there. That's not overspending. You can only say you overspend. I beg you, keep quiet, Ben. You can only say you overspend when the alternate show that they went actually above what was budgeted, and that was not the alternate. That was the budget figure.
That's what it said.
Hey, Uncle Sam, keep quiet, Ben. You just talking Sunday.
Uncle Sam, let Chief Fubi to finish his
if you have
point.
the means to mute Samuel Jackson with a loud mouth, then let's go. Because
No, I don't have the means to mute anybody.
it's so
Fubi,
bad,
let's
man.
go ahead.
Yeah, so it was good that they corrected it, and so that's not a mistake. When you make mistake and you correct it, there's nothing wrong with that. So, but a lot of good stuff in the budget also. You saw the president's budget is reduced, the vice president budget is reduced, the pro tem budget is reduced, the speaker budget was up, and that's something that I criticized yesterday. There's some land that shouldn't be there. The Senate budget also went up, putting $1.3 million for vehicle insurance. What kind of vehicle you insuring for $1.3 million? I think that's out of money. You increase legislative hearing by additional 1 million. That's also out of order. For the Senate. But there are other good lines in the budget also. You see, public works budget increase for road construction. From 30 million, comparing to 2024, 40 something, and now it move up to 114. To go into pushing up the road project, and the government is pushing for that. The issue of the health budget also increased. That's something good. It's directed for the people. The issue of educational budget also increased. That's only as a direct benefit for the people. Youth and sport budget increased. To help to boost the sport. So there's a good life there. So we just look forward to the government pushing and implementing some of those things. We see the actuality and they raise the money and they should actually raise the money and use it for intended purposes. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Gray.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. You know, I've listened to colleagues and I've been following some developments. And I think people have been disingenuous. This is the 10-year budget of the Unity Party-led administration. To grab the 10-year budget of this administration and compare it to the last year budget of the CDC is unfair. You want to make a critical comparative analysis, go to the 10-year. I heard people talking about the president budget reduced, the vice president budget reduced, but you need to take the 10-year of the two budgets and make critical analysis. And on the basis of that, I will conclude on the legislature. The 10-year budget under the Weah-led administration was 2020-2021 because the budget year was moving to the next year. We had to change it to a singular year from January. So let's compare 2026, which is the 10th year of the Unity Party administration, and the 10th year of the legislature under President Weah. In the 10th year under President Weah, the total budget of the legislature in 2020-2021 was $4,603,304. $44 million plus. Under the 10th year of the Unity Party administration is $51,710,390. So that means there's an increment of $7+ million United dollars under this administration. That's what we call comparative critical analysis, not on the basis of any, because as the government progress and go into 2029, the budget will keep increasing. Okay, now let's look at the House of Representatives. Under the CDC-led administration in 2020-2021, that is the 10th year, was $26 million. The 10th year under the Unity Party-led administration, the House of Representatives budget is $31 million United dollars. 2026. Let's look at the office of the Deputy Speaker. In 2020-2021, the office of the Deputy Speaker was $427,000. $427,922. The 10th year under the Unity Party, the Deputy Speaker is $1.415 million United dollars. That is a difference of $987,917. Now let's look at the office of the Speaker. The 10th year under the CDC administration is 1.6, and the 10th year under Joseph Boakai is 1.8.
30 seconds.
Critical analysis that we are making. So the rescue, instead of reducing the budget, they are consistently increasing the budget, and you go under the president and say it's a disaster. You go under the vice president and make comparative analysis, it's also a disaster. So nobody should come here and make mistake as if to say they rather reduce their budget or that. Legislature, $7 billion in 10-year budgetary increment. We're not talking about author yet. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Gray. Biddy D. And then Kev.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So sorry for my silence for a bit there. I was trying to corroborate some information, do some research, and get additional information pertaining to the story we were discussing about putting a casino at the Liberia Broadcasting System, LBS. So I did get that. So please, I will need a little bit more than your typical 30 seconds to convey this information. Stanton, I said, I should convey the information.
Your time is 2 minutes. So if you added the 30 second with 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Okay. So the information that was presented on the show that was discussed, I think first presented by Stanton, that information, I have just independently corroborated that information. It is true that the current managing director of the Liberian Broadcasting System, Mr. Eugene Fargon, is attempting to put a casino, not outside, not on the premises of LBS, but within the facility. So I being able to corroborate this information with senior LBS officials, top level senior LBS officials. So the information, sadly, that Stanton provided, that information is all correct. Now, there's no deputy, no senior leadership that works at LBS is informed or with part of this whole arrangement that Mr. Fagon unilaterally brought to the entity. He has been running the entity by himself and has not been involving his deputies. My information tells me there was this whole setup was initially set to start on October 4th, and then it was pushed to November 4th, and now it's supposed to happen on Thursday, and so that is part of what the information is. There's credible information that I received that the project is worth about 1.5 million US dollars, and that Mr. Fagon has already received his cut. So he's already received his kickback, and so this is something that we need to further investigate. The station can further investigate, and it is true that he's been negotiating with some Ghanaian owners, and they have already installed 3D television from wall to wall in the facility. They have the lottery, the gambling stuff is a mechanism that they have. It's located exactly within ELTV Action News broadcast studios. I mean, the studio that was used back from during the war days. So that is where this has been set up. The Ghanaian gambling personnel who have been negotiating with Mr. Fagon have laid down red carpet and the top floor. They've all spruced up the place. It looks really nice, but they have indeed set up gambling set up there at the station.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me so maybe we can discuss this.
You're going over 3 minutes now. So
yes, okay, because there's a lot of information we have to. So my take though is that for those, look, this is not a place for gambling operation. Period. Colonel Gray, I disagree with you. This is if you want to come in to be creative about raising money and all of that, we have public television here. Twin Cities Public Television is a major broadcast facility. They bring in over $50 billion, but not by gambling. There are many other creative ways to do that than having a set up indication, entity like ELBC. It's unacceptable. So that's just my thing. I will stop here. Maybe we'll take it on tomorrow, and we can add more information as we get more information.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the information, the intelligence you receive. It's information we may discuss it tomorrow. But sometimes I'm concerned when officers are saying that, the leader is doing something, they have no knowledge about it, but those officers are not whistleblowing or sending out information. The boy is saying we don't know anything about it, but they are not doing it. That's the concern I normally have when these things are happening. When you see equipment being brought into the building, you see a place being set up, and you are an officer of the entity, and you say you have no idea. Where were you when those equipment was coming on the campus, and what did you do about it? On a facility, rather. Kev, let's go to you on a budget.
Yeah, thank you, Emmanuel. Liberia fought 14 years of war. In post-war, 2029 will make Unity Party 18 years. So in post-war, Unity Party is the only government, CDC took 6 years, the only government in post-war. And a lot of people don't factor that into their debate. They were there for 12 years and plus another 6 years, and we end in 2029. So we're looking at 18 years of Unity Party. Since 1971, Towa spent 10 years. Samuel Kando spent 10 years. Unity Party president spent 12 years. The responsible, what happened in the country right now, post-war, what happened in the country right now? The poverty that Liberians are facing right now is in the hands of the Unity Party. It caused the poverty. If we look at the Unity Party 12 years, the war funded Unity Party government more than any other government in post-war. But nothing to show for. Unity Party government get the audacity to say, oh, CDC, you build this road. We come and build this road. Jackson. The world spend money on Unity Party. But they get the audacity to come out and tell you about this road, this poverty, this, X, Y, and Z. The budget, when you look at the budget, nothing there for mom and pops. Nothing there for our people. Nothing there for Ome Yakpaulo. Nothing there. But you know what's in there? It's cool. The regime speaker that took over illegally. Something there for him. Something there for all the guys. But nothing there for the ordinary people. And what Unity Party campaign message? The campaign message, rescue. But the campaign let me just
I just came to end the show. It's 7 o'clock. Listen 1 minute. Let me just say this because Emmanuel is moderating. It's 7 p.m. Emmanuel because Nelson is not in the studio. I have to end it from this side of the aisle.
Okay, that's fine.
But Nelson, if you can hear us, we've been calling him. I don't know whether he's sleeping. What's the problem? But he's not answering. So I beg you, Kev, let's continue tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Yeah. Emmanuel?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to the Spoon Talk this evening. Thank you for allowing us to be in your home. It's about time for us to close down. We appreciate you. We look forward to having this conversation tomorrow. We definitely discuss a lot of different things here this evening, starting from the issue at the Ministry of Finance, looking at and it coming down to the issue of budget. You have heard this conversation, and we thank you so much for being a part of this show tonight. Have a wonderful evening. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night.
Yes, thank you very much, Emmanuel. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all day. He want to say thanks to all of you. We've been calling Nelson all day. Graduation is, I think, day after tomorrow or Friday. Nelson, what happened? You're mysteriously coming on. Wow.
I'll start tomorrow. Do my closing for today.
So, no, if you want to close that, no. If you want to close, I can leave because Nelson.
No, I'm just saying that because with the party now, people got to go home.
Yeah, but no, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to leave now. Nelson is back in studio. I can leave. I only came back to close because Nelson wasn't answering his phone. But if you want to continue, then let's go back to Kev. Emmanuel, please. And after the closing, if everybody closes, we can leave. Let me go. Nelson, thank you for coming back. Let me leave them.
Yeah, Kev, take your last 30 seconds, then we'll go to Conor Gray and we'll close out.
Last 30 seconds.
I have a close though.
Yeah, I was saying we're not closing. Kev will do his 30-second Conor Gray and then we'll close.
They came in the name to rescue. But a lot of people say they are not rescuing. But I would say they are rescuing for themselves. They are rescuing themselves. Nothing for the poor people. Joseph Yuma Bokai said, people will not sell on the street. He come by, he forgot about the people that sell on the street. Never seen there the famous and a clip on the young and I think she was 13, 14-year-old, not in school. I will ride wheelbarrow, 2 Lexus bulletproof, 1.2 million. I will not fly private jet, so $18,000 an hour, private jet. This government is a disappointment. This government here to rescue themselves, and Liberia is at the crossroad. If you don't see it, you're really blind. If you're blind, you're not a patriot to Liberia. And you should not speak for Liberian. You should just stop.
Okay, thank you. Conor Gray, 2 minutes.
My brother George, the significant thing about a national budget, you have to look at what it stands to support and the source of the money. We all know that in the past, people like CARE, of course, they were giving them, whether it's rumor or not, they were giving them money just to propagate government goodwill. Those are kind of funds in the budget. You would say no, they hide them somewhere. River McIntyre, what's her name? Levinson was also given money by the Madam Sirleaf administration to propagate interest. But this budget that I'm looking at is going upwards. And as much as I'm not a Unity Party partisan, some people think when you pro, you're looking for a job. That's when, and then when you anti, that means they deny you job. It's just one of you can never win those kinds of, pedestrian or sidewalk argument. I just let people talk. And look, since I went like 2024, January, you understand, whether they offer me something or not, I don't care. But I will speak up my mind. And I can tell you that the national budget, especially the legislative aspect of it, has gone down by some 8.2 million since this government came into power. Those are some of the things we advocated for. Those people are getting free money. And some of those money has, been repatriated to other endeavors. Look, Liberia is not the only country that funds some dire initiative by sourcing a true budget. But there are other agencies, international bodies as well that help us. How you think the national NSA, National Security Agency, will go upward of 22 million? Because, the war on terror is different. You don't know who's going to stand to support that particular budget at 22 million. Definitely it's not from our coffers. But they're not going to tell you this. You see, we're a country, we want to know everything. Yes, it's our right under democracy to know, but it's also the right of the governmental institution to classify certain information that you may not know, because it will step on added national security interests. You don't know, we're talking about going against Boko Haram in Nigeria. What do you think they're going to put that money in the Nigerian government budget? We're a partner. You understand? In the stability of the region. Most people don't know. We just want to talk because we all know this is going to be about CDC. CDC was not a government. CDC was not a government that you can even do business with because they don't even have the idea. The expansion to even hold national territorial integrity in the rest of the region. CDC was not there. You see Joe or dancing buka or making music. That kind of people you go do business with. They come here and make noise all the time. Oh yeah, man. We have a responsible government now in place that the world want to do business with. Definitely our budget is going to go upward. It's now to 1.2 billion. Remember? They came from 80 million. They made it to 800 million. How many percentage is that? So let's be real, yeah, they are the noise people that come here to when they put them power, they start dancing buka. You think we're a responsible country, my brother.
Thank you, Conor Gray. We'll take our closing now. We'll take our closing. Uncle Sam, 30 seconds.
No, not that. I will talk 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen.
Uncle Sam, Delcy had to go home.
Okay, I know, but this is because Conor Gray took 2 minutes. Look, John Weah was taken to Langley, Virginia.
My
By
brother,
the
you took 2 minutes. You're supposed to take your 30 seconds. You
Okay,
are the person.
we have done the 2 minutes. Uncle Sam, we did the 2 minutes on the budget.
Okay,
We
let
close
me
it.
take 30 seconds to
Yeah, let me
demolish
30 seconds so Nelson can go home.
30
Please.
seconds to demolish the man, but he will not talk. Just be quiet.
No,
John Weah went to Langley,
You will not
Virginia.
demolish me. John Weah went to Langley because they want him there. He came by schedule to hijack the election.
Nelson,
That's
can
the
you
mission.
mute one of them?
Okay.
That's the mission. Went to
Okay.
Langley where?
Okay,
The
gentlemen, we're going to
building-
close the
remove
show
the
now.
sanction for
The building a
Nelson
national
gotta go
security
home.
complex in Foya. When President Bouazizi leave the presidency, we will take over it and they will be the presidential or whatever there. Okay, it will not be his resting place. Lastly, anybody who come here to defend a casino in LBS, not on the grounds, but inside it, you are unpatriotic. Okay, you are giga flea. You don't love Liberia. You hate your country, and you have no right.
You don't love Liberia. History is replete with your presence. With
I'm going to
leaders.
treat you allow Uncle Sam to come to.
No, because it's not
Nelson got to go home and the rest of
history
us.
replete. When Samuel took over
Yes,
power,
gentlemen.
you were there by him.
Okay.
Y'all compare me to Conor Gray.
Conor Gray,
and
can
see
you allow Uncle
who
Sam?
has more integrity with Liberia? Compare me and Conor Gray. Who has more integrity? Who has done more?
Okay, thank you, Uncle Sam. Thank you, Uncle Sam. We're not taking Chifubi. You want to talk
Anything on
about
Conor Gray. Pull anything on Conor Gray on the internet anywhere.
Thank you, Conor Gray. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Nelson, can you
Stan Jackson is in Liberia.
Chief Henry, can you give your closing?
Conor Gray is in
Uncle Sam is okay. Chief Henry, 30 seconds, please.
Yeah, so it was a good show. Look, the issue, like I said earlier, was the issue of the public works ministers in a statement. When a woman pregnant, you gotta give her a chance to deliver. If you say that boy inside her stomach, what you gave birth will know. If you say that girl will know, that twin will know. So Sunday says it's a security issue. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and let's leave it at that. At the end of the day, that project will be inaugurated at some point, and we'll know the actual intent, who financed it, and the actual worth of it, and we'll get to know that. So for me, I don't want to stress too much, but the budget is a good step forward for the country. At least we'll move up to $1 billion now, and we see some items that have been moved from just the regular recurrent. We see some actual development drive into the budget, and that's people-centered budget. So gradually it will improve, but we want to hold the government accountable to also do more, especially for the agriculture sector. You can't be having agriculture as a major, agenda on your agenda, and you don't fund it adequately and be depending on OSAF revenue to mean OSAF support to do it. The national budget to be able to fund agriculture as we're pushing for the role. After the role, the next 2027 budget, we want to see more funding to the agriculture sector so that it can complement the farm to market role, so people can be able to take advantage of that sector and make some more money for the country. Because agriculture, whether we like it or not, we got to eat. And I saw a huge improvement also in the increment in the Phoebe's budget, the hospital in Bon County. That's also a boost of, Phoebe is HO hospital and at Central Point to see some good budgetary support. I also look forward to see something for Telewilliam. We want to see some of these different sectors, the health sector being improved so that we can be able to support our health sector from our own local revenue.
Chief Henry. Thank you, Chief Henry. Look, good evening. I want to thank our listeners so much for being a part of this conversation. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. We look forward to see you tomorrow. Over to you, Nelson. Good night, Chief Henry. Good night, Uncle Sam, and good night, Conor Gray.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for being here. I want to say thanks to everyone. And we look forward to being here tomorrow with another great edition of Spoon Talk. It's been an amazing show today. We want to say thanks to all of our viewers and listeners across the world. Thanks to our affiliate stations, our partner radio stations. for relaying the program. Thanks to Voice of Liberia Network for making sure that Liberians can hear us across the country. Voice of Liberia 104.1. We say thank you, and thanks to all of the stations relaying the program. I want to say thanks to our online audience as well. As you know, we are always streaming the program live across our social media handles, and we say thanks to you that have been following us on Fabric TV on Facebook, Super TV on Facebook, and Spoon TV on Facebook. We say thank you. Thanks to our YouTube audience. Spoon Talk Live is our YouTube handle. We say thank you to everyone following us from there as well. We look forward to being here tomorrow with another edition of Spoon Talk. The female general celebrates her birthday on the 17th. Happy belated birthday to you. You're an ardent follower of the Spoon Network. We wish you all the best as you celebrate your birthday on the 17th. And everyone celebrating birthdays today, we say happy birthday to you. We wish you all the best. And thanks for being here again with us. I'm Nelson Collier. Have a good night and bye for now.
Riding the South Bend, on the beach. To get your information. To the food, to get